Brock Eagles playoff football is on the air, and it's brought to you by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. Good afternoon, everyone. 16 teams remain in 3A Division I. It's regional semifinal time. We welcome you to Vernon, Texas today as your Brock Eagles take on the Bushland Falcons. I'm Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Jaden Winfrey with you shortly. Last week, your Brock Eagles took care of business against Muleshoe to win the area championship 57-20. Brock hurt Muleshoe in several areas. Tyler Moody went 13 of 19 for 159 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. Brett Tutter gashed the defense for 153 yards and 3 touchdowns. Brock ended up with 515 total yards of offense on the night. The story of the night belonged to Carson Finney. Finney had 5 catches for 69 yards and 2 spectacular touchdowns. And on the other side of the ball, Carson had 3 interceptions. He also had a blocked PAT on the night. What a night for the talented junior. The Brock defense has only allowed 220 total yards in its first 2 playoff games and only 62 rushing yards total. The Bushland Falcons come in 11-1 on the season with their only blemish to shallow water, 43-28. Their path into tonight's regional semifinal were wins over Dalhart 62-12 and Jim Ned 28-10. The Falcons have a junior gunslinger in quarterback Dawson Jaco, and despite a cast on his right hand, his favorite target, Baylor King, had 4 huge catches for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against Jim Ned. The Falcons have advanced to their 3rd regional semifinal in the last 4 years. Next, it's the Bushland Falcons and your Brock Eagles, and we break it all down for you next on the Dairy Queen pregame show.
The Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, South Lake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bellstone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bellstone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bellstone. Go Eagles!
Big Earl with Brilbury Real Estate at 1130 FM 1189 is the go-to man for your next real estate transaction in Brock or the surrounding North Texas area. Have land or a home to sell? Or are you looking for a place to live in the Brock area? Call Big Earl at 325-203-2972. That's 325-203-2972. Bilbrey Real Estate says go Eagles and Lady Eagles. Brent Goff Financial Services has been serving the financial needs of individuals, families, and business owners for more than 24 years, striving to develop long-term relationships and providing viable strategies for every element of the wealth management equation. Visit Brent Goff Financial Services on 1187 in Aledo and ask him about retirement planning, financial planning, and risk management, or call him at 817-631-0816. Brent Goff Financial Services says, go Eagles!
When you need a new roof on your home or commercial property, give Brock Roofing and Construction a call. This is April Parr, owner of Brock Roofing and proud supporter of your Brock Eagles. We are family-owned, local, and will always put relationships over transactions. Think you have hail damage? We offer free roof inspections and can answer any questions you may have about the insurance process. Find us on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, give us a call at 817-307-6153. Roll Brock.
This is Pastor Clark Bozier of the Willow Park Baptist Church here at 129 South Ranch House Road, where on Sunday mornings we have services at 8:30, 10, and 11:30, and then again that night at 6 p.m. We are proud sponsors today of the interview with Coach Billy Mathis in his pregame show.
All right, we're here with Coach Billy Mathis, head football coach of your Brock Eagles. Coach, there's a favorite movie of mine called Marshall, and the movie depicts a team that was on a plane crash, and then they come back, they need a new coach, they need a new team, they don't have an offense, they don't have a defense. They go over to the West Virginia school, as depicted in the movie, and talk to a coach named Bobby Bowden and said, Coach, we want to learn how to run the veer. And they go into the film room and they learn how to run the veer. Do coaches now still ask other coaches how to run their offense, how to run defenses? Are they okay telling those different things to other coaches?
You know, coaches, it's a pretty tight fraternity. And there's always some coaches that, Art Briles, for one, he was always, notorious for kind of keeping everything close to his chest on, on their offense and, not so much their offense, but, what their reads are and keys and stuff like that. But, for the most part, yeah, absolutely. Coaches go and we talk to each other and we share all the different, ideas and, stuff that we have, like for us, for Bushland. I know Coach Worrell and them went up to Bushland and talked to them about their defense, about Brock's 10-1 defense. And Bushland runs a version of that defense still to this day. A lot of the stuff that we run, we've stolen or gotten from other teams, defensively. Most of our defense stuff that we got from Gary Patterson and TCU, us and Lake Travis and Austin Westlake, we all run the same style of defense. And it's stuff that when we all get together, we share a lot of, stuff with each other on, what we do. So to answer your question, yeah, coaches still, they get out there and, they share a lot, but you don't share all of it.
You always keep some of the secret sauce in there. Well, one of the
That's
things that we see from Bushland is running the 10-1 and the version of the 10-1, the special, that it's a gap sound defense. And anybody who's watched Brock over the previous 8 years or so before you guys got here, it was very good at getting to the quarterback, very good at gap sound. But once the offensive player would get past that first or second level, then it seemed like it had some weaknesses in that area. Is that something that you see when you play a defense like that?
Yeah, a lot of times when you line up and you run man and you've got everybody so close to the line of scrimmage, you're subject to giving up the big play a lot. So Bushland does that. They run a lot of man, but they're bringing so many people to the quarterback and to the backfield so fast. If you don't get it blocked up right, they've almost got one man more than you can block. So, they're planning on getting to you, not giving you a chance to really set your feet, make good passes, or, go around there and block it up right, because they're always trying to bring one more person. So that's why they like that. But when you do get it blocked up right, you got a chance to score every time.
When you've played your first 4 games this season, your offensive line got a chance to go against some good defensive line players in those first 4 games. Talk about number 77 or 75 and 44 this week for the Bushland Falcons.
2 of their best players. They play both ways. Both of them are hard-nosed, fast. They get after it. 75 can go. He gets down there, he plays nose guard, and he's going to bring everything. He's going to slant. He's going to try to run over the top of you. And offensively, he gets out there. He's big, long arms. He just does a good job. 44, he's everywhere. He's just a football playing dude. So, those are the guys that we got to key on. We got to stop them. We got to stop them from, especially defensively, penetrating and doing what they want. We got to control them so we can, move the ball effectively.
And one of the groups that we really haven't talked about that much this year as a group, we've talked about them each individually because I know each of them have been a Daily Grind player of the game. But Luke Kearley and Zach Brewster and Cooper Massey as a linebacking group, those guys work hard. They're not afraid to get their nose in there. They're not afraid to shuck off a block and get in there and make tackles and make plays. Talk about those 3 guys as a group this year.
Man, I've been so proud of those guys. They do everything. That's the hardest thing, I think, to play as a linebacker, because you got to be great on the run. You got to be great on the pass, right? And there's just so many different keys, and you got to learn to trust your keys. But those 3 guys, man, just do a phenomenal job, and each have their own strength. Kearley's more of a slasher. He runs the weak side more. Coops, we call him the hammer because he's going to take care of everything inside. And Zach's, he'll go out, he'll cover. He comes off the edge on the blitz, and he just has such a good nose for the ball. But all 3 of those guys, man, they're outstanding. They make our defense go. The D tackles, D ends do a great job of keeping linemen off of them, which you want them to do. And those guys, they don't miss very often. They're good tacklers, and they just fly around with a football.
And whenever you're playing a spread-type offense, sometimes those guys are going to have to cover receivers and the first back out of the backfield this way or that way. what is their mindset on when it's their opportunity to cover somebody coming out of the backfield or a slot receiver?
Oh, they love it. They love the challenge, and we try to always make, match them up the best that we can, with their offense, so we have an advantage over them, but those guys, they don't shy away from anything. And that's what they do so well. They know their job inside and out. So they can play, each outside backer can play the other guy's position. Cooper can play all three positions. They know the defense inside and out, which really helps them, when they do have to go out there and cover a back out of the backfield, covering angles, seeing the back pre-snap, reading pre-snap keys, stuff like that. They're awesome at it. And that's really what helps them, when they do have to, do stuff that they're not used to doing as much.
When the football program got started a couple of, 8 or 9 years ago, there was talk about one of the goals for the coaches and for the team was to practice during Thanksgiving week and played Thanksgiving week. It's the Eagles have gotten there every year since the program has been in the UIL. Is it something that is taken for granted? Do the guys on the team, do the parents, the fans, do they know how hard it is to be able to get to this position on a year in, year out basis?
A lot of times I don't think people know how hard it is to get here, right? And unless you're in the business and you've been in it, because to go play in the third round of the playoffs, man, you're playing the best teams in the state, and just to get to the playoffs is a big deal. And I've worked with some guys before, that have been, coaching for 25, 30 years who had never made the playoffs. And then when we got together, a couple of guys that came to work for us at Lido, that was their first time to ever make the playoffs, and they were great coaches, but they were just in programs that were in tough districts. And, of course, they had been around for so long, because they used to only take one team, then two teams. Now that they take four, the chances of making the playoffs are a little bit easier. But to get to this point, it's special. It is special. And, that's kind of what every coach says. Hey, if we're practicing over Thanksgiving, it's a successful year. I just think people they really don't know how hard it is. And, I don't think they take it for granted. It's an expectation to be, which is great. And that's what you want your kids to think. But it doesn't just happen without hard work and dedication.
Well, when you have the Thanksgiving week, sometimes it's a good opportunity to stop and smell the roses. And I know this town is thankful for having you and these coaches being there as guides and counselors for the boys. What are some of the things that you're thankful for being here and with football going on?
Every day I try to, when I wake up, I thank God just for the opportunity to have such a, a blessed life, a life that, I really don't deserve, with the most wonderful wife and kids and family, and have an opportunity to have the best friends that we all work together every day. And then the opportunity to coach at a place like Brock, with all these kids and the families and the town that's so supportive, because it's not like this everywhere. And, and I know, because I've been around, and this place is special, and I don't take it for granted. And I thank God every day for the opportunity to be here, to do shows like this. There's a lot of towns that they don't care, football season's football season. They're just going to move on to the next deal. We're at a place where people care not only about football season, but they care about all extracurricular. They care about the school. They care about people. They love people. And that's what's so great about this town. I'm just thankful I'm at a place, man, where people, truly care about each other.
Hey, that's great stuff from Coach Billy Mathis today. This is Clark Bozier of the Willow Park Baptist Church inviting you to be with us this coming Sunday. Now it's time to play some Brock Eagle football.
Real estate in Texas requires attention to detail. Real estate in Parker County also requires attention to customer needs. At the Cates Group, we specialize in both. Whether it be residential, farming, ranch, or commercial, we provide the detail and service needed to get the best deal for you and to get it closed. Listing your property or finding the best deal in town? Visit us right here in Brock or check us out on our Facebook page. The Cates Group, your Brock real estate brokerage. Go Eagles and Lady Eagles from the Cates Group.
Fuzzy's Taco Shop is your one-stop taco shop for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, hang time, game time. You get the picture. Our Fuzzy's Baja-inspired tacos, nachos, burritos, and fresh salads are perfect for any time of the day. Grab your ticket stub and head into your local Weatherford Fuzzy's today or tomorrow for free chips and queso with a $5 purchase.
It's time for the Dairy Queen pregame show on the Rock Sports Network. Let's get into today's title match, and for that, let's bring in the broadcast team, Eric Morris, and our sideline reporter, Jaden Winfrey. Eric, the prelims are over. Week 3 begins the stretch run of the playoffs. A different mindset has to kick in today.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Glad to be here in Vernon, Texas. It's only just around the corner in 2 turns from Brock, Texas. But, talking to some of the parents in the stands of the players, one of the things that they had gotten from their sons is the playoffs start today. The first 2 rounds, they kind of knew they were going to handle business, but the playoffs first starts today. When you're a number 1 seed, you play a 4th team first, you play a 2nd, 3rd team second, and you don't play another district winner until you get to the 3rd round. Well, this is the 3rd round, and we're not even playing a district winner. We're playing a team that got 2nd in their district because Shallowater is the team that won that district. So Bushland plays the kind of style that we've seen. Our offense runs basically their offense. The defense that was here for the 7 or 8 years, the previous group, is the same defense that they run, and this is when it starts to be really tough. You got some really good athletes on the other side, on both sides of the ball now, and it's going to be a tough match. But, yes, I think the playoffs, we've been waiting for this week.
7 teams on our schedule this year are alive and well in round 3 of the playoffs. That's a testament to a tested team.
When I talked to Coach Mathis this week about the playoffs, just the expectation to get to the 3rd round, the week of Thanksgiving, the expectation to get there is at Brock, and I'm sure it's a couple other schools, but you expect to get there. Last year we did it differently. We had the schedule that was from the previous group, and so we just filled out whatever schedule it was. We go 15-0 going into the state championship game. And I think Coach felt like, we needed some more testing throughout the season somewhere, that we really didn't get the testing that we needed. So when he created his schedule this year to play Pleasant Grove, to play Hershey, to play Wimberley, to play Gunner, all those teams are still in the playoffs. But then you find out maybe District 4 might be the toughest district in 3A Division 1 because 3 of the teams in that district are still in the playoffs, including Whitesboro and Paradise, that are playing today at the same time we're playing. So that not only did we have the good test in the preseason, but we also had a good test with 2 other teams, Paradise and Whitesboro.
Jaden, today we see the best quarterback, in my opinion, that we've seen since Mac Harper today, and Dawson Jaco. The secondary will definitely be tested.
I think our secondary is going to see some big early on for sure from him. The one thing that I noticed when you watch that guy on film is when he's got a lot of pressure in his face, a lot of guys bearing down on him, he's going to throw it up, but it's not just throwing it up for grabs. That guy's going to throw it and hit somebody in the numbers. So our coverage has to stay on him throughout the play. We can't give up on a play just because he's getting pressure on it, because this guy's going to let it sling even when somebody's bearing down on him, and he proves that he can put it in there accurately. And it's definitely going to be a deal to where we've got to get pressure not only from the outsides coming from Cam, but up the middle as well, and stay in this guy's face as much as we can, or he'll try to pick us apart.
Eric, the talent runs deep in the Jaco family.
Yes, my years doing this broadcast over the year, playing Bushland in football a couple, 3 or 4 times, playing Bushland in baseball in different playoff rounds. Skylar Jaco, the older brother, was a big-time pitcher for them. Played outfield or infield. He batted 2nd or 3rd. He's just a really good athlete. He's a pitcher at Stephen F. Austin right now. I got the chance to see him earlier this year pitch for them. It's a good family, and whenever you have an older brother who's that level of player and you're the younger brother, when you go play with your brother's friends, you're the little kid, and you have to do better than they do just to keep up. You have to run faster and juke more and throw further and catch better and tackle better. Whenever you go back to where you're only with your own age kids, you seem like you're a superstar because you've been having to do exceptional just to hang out with your brother's buddies, and now here you are with your own grade, and And Dawson Jaco throws the ball super well. One of the things that you see when you talk to, you see some of the film that's going on, the difference between a good quarterback and a great quarterback is just that split second between taking a sack and letting go of the football. And if you can take the hit, let go of the football, then take the hit, that's usually the difference between completing a ball for a first down or a big play and taking a sack and a loss. And Dawson's going to be testing the defense tonight. And I talked to a few of the defensive ends parents down there, and they're ready for the opportunity to have a chance. Maybe Scott or maybe Dawson hasn't seen the kind of pressure that he might see tonight.
Jaden, the defense has been great all season. Now we get big old number 54 back in the middle. That's a huge step for this Brock defense.
Man, it's a sight for sore eyes whenever you look over there and you see Hunter dressed out. You know, if you look at our line, I was looking at him warming up. We got 3 guys on our line, with Trace, with Brock, with him, with Cast on their hands out there trying to make it happen for this team. We keep, get a few injuries here and there, and these guys keep battling, keep getting after it. But Hunter is going to be a key difference maker in getting the pressure to this guy we need, getting up the middle and pressing there, because what we ran into last week with Muleshoe, that guy's stepping up, taking that one step up in the pocket, Cam's flying around, and there's nobody there in the center to really get in his face. When you bring Faye into the game, he changes that and gives that quarterback no option anywhere to go. He's pinned in there in the pocket and has got to take the sack.
Eric, what matchup are you most looking forward to today?
Well, I watched some film, and I want to see how we're able to block 75 and 44 on defense. We've got our big guys with Riker and Roger and Faye on that offensive line. I want to see how we block them. It looked like in watching film that 44, that if you block him straight up with a good blocker and then chip him on one side or the other, that he's vulnerable to be out of the play. 75, I think just because of his size, if we can get somebody under his pads, then we're going to be able to block him this way or that way. And it looked like they were able to move those 2 guys, shallow water that is, they were able to move those guys with that size of offensive line. And I think the Brock offensive line is going to be able to do something similar. And what Coach talked about in the interview was when you run the 10-1 and 10-1 special defense, it's susceptible to the big plays. And where shallow water was able to get Bushland several times in that game was runs right back up the middle in the A-B gap. And I think if you can move 75 and 44 with our interior offensive linemen, then it's going to be a big night. And if we can do that, then it's not going to matter, what we do on defense if we can just keep scoring on offense.
All right, when we come back to the Dairy Queen pregame show, keys to the game, a look inside both teams' path to this regional semifinal and the field report. You're listening to the Eagle Football on the Brock Sports Network.
For over 33 years, Lightfoot Mechanical has been providing prompt, professional, and friendly service to their customers throughout North Texas. Lightfoot Mechanical is the area's premier choice for air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical services. Backed by their exclusive lifetime workmanship warranty and their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call Lightfoot Mechanical today, 817-596-0309, or stop by 1026 Fort Worth Highway, or visit them online at lightfootmechanical.com.
Greetings to all you fans of the Brock Eagles. This is Mr. Jim from Mr. Jim's Pizza. Nothing goes together better than Eagles football and Mr. Jim's Pizza. Go to Mr. Jim's Pizza. That's MRJIMS Pizza. And order now. Use the code EAGLES and get 15% off your entire order. Go Eagles!
Pathway Rehabilitation Sports Therapy in Brock offers all forms of therapy such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Pathway Rehabilitation has been providing the highest quality rehab services to patients in acute care, skilled nursing, home health, sport, and orthopedic rehab since 2014. Give them a call at 940-490-0022 or visit their website at pathwayrehab.net. Wishing Brock the best of luck in tonight's game. Go Eagles from Pathway Rehabilitation.
Welcome back to the Dairy Queen pregame show on the Brock Sports Network. And now, gentlemen, let's get into a few keys to a Brock victory tonight. Eric, let's start with you.
Whenever you put a team together and you start out the season, one of the things that you want to be able to do is develop team bonding. And there's a couple of ways to do team bonding, team building. There's a couple of ways to do that. One is you're all fighting for a common cause. One is you're all going through turmoil together, the weights and the running and the heat and the rain and all this stuff, that you're all going through that together. The one that is hard to do is coming together for a common cause. And until this week, Bushland really didn't have that common cause. But Coach Thomas, a longtime coach for Bushland Falcons, died last week from some crazy thing. And I guarantee you that the talk this week has been about, for Coach Thomas. Let's win this for Coach Thomas. Let's do this for Coach Thomas. So you got a lot of motivation on that side to do those things. The Eagles are going to have to find something similar on their side to play for. They got the playing as a unit, playing together, going through the summer, all those things. So does Bushland. They got to find something in them, playing for each other, looking to the man on your right, looking to the man on your left, and playing for those guys. And that's going to be a struggle for the Eagles to be able to overcome early maybe, but then once they are able to establish their offensive and defensive line, then I think it's going to go the Eagles' way.
All right, getting ready to throw it down to a Tommy Hayes photography coin toss and Jaden Winfrey. They're meeting at midfield down.
Number 6, Tyler Moody.
Hey guys, good luck to both sides.
Jeff Jones.
I know you guys worked hard to get here, so let's have a good, clean game. These guys are the visitors, so they get to call the coin toss. That's heads, and that's tails. All right? Before I flip it, I want you to declare.
Tails.
What does he say?
Tails.
Let's see what he got. Let it go flat. Heads it is. Do you want to kick receiver or defer the second half?
Defer the second half.
All right, let me give that signal.
Brock has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. And now for a field report, let's go down to Jaden Winfrey.
We want to kick that way.
You want to kick that way?
Yes.
Okay, you guys come over here.
All right, Jaden, take a field report away for us.
Okay, guys, we're about 48 degrees. We got a 15, 20 mile an hour north wind. The good thing we've got going for us is field sits east and west or blocked, but the wind is definitely swirling down here on the field. Rain's fixing to start any minute now, and we're supposed to rain the rest of the game, so it's going to be lots of fun down here, John.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we come back. It's the regional semifinal between the Bushland Falcons and your Brock Eagles. You're listening to Eagles football on the Brock Sports Network.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Dr. Chris Wusterhausen, the owner of the Research Clinic. When I founded the Research Clinic in 2008, my goal was to help as many Parker County residents achieve maximal health both physically as well as mentally. The Research Clinic is proud to offer bioidentical hormone replacement, vitamin IV infusions, a vast array of cosmetic procedures, stem cell and PRP therapies, as well as concierge medicine. If you're ready to see what the Research Clinic has to offer you, give us a call at 817-599-9902 or go to theresearchclinic.com.
Riverstone Veterinary Hospital in Brock offers a complete range of veterinary services, including routine vaccinations, hospitalization, critical care, major and minor surgery, dental services, and emergency calls. Dr. Ryan Cate and his staff at Riverstone Veterinary Hospital specialize in large and small animal care and also offer boarding services. Visit Riverstone Veterinary Hospital at 1421 FM 1189 in Brock, Riverstone Veterinary Hospital. Online at riverstonevet.com.
Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford is always committed and supportive of the community and the youth of Brock, and would like to invite you and your family out to visit their new family-owned dealership on I-20 West in Weatherford. Besides, everyone and their dog knows Roger Williams makes the best deals. Go Eagles from Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford.
Do you have some honey-do projects that don't ever seem to get done? Or maybe you're looking to build your dream home. Terry can do anything from changing out your light bulbs to building you that magnificent custom home. This is Michelle Harkness with Terry's Tool Belt. We are proud members of the Brock community and members of the Brock Business Connections. Check out our website at terrystoolbelt.com or give Terry a call at 817-360-6368 to see what we have to offer. Let us help you make your dream projects come to life and get rid of your honey-do list. Go Eagles!
Teskey's Saddle Shop is one of the most trusted names in the Western industry. With over 100,000 square feet of bits and spurs, saddle, tack and feed, and supplies, they also have the latest Western fashion in the boutique with names such as Cinch, Wrangler, Ariat, North Face, STS, and many more. And don't forget about Teskey's Outdoors with everything from hunting gear, ammunition, scopes, and all the best in outdoor wear. Call 599-3400 or visit them online at Teskies.com.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. Happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone. We welcome you to Vernon, Texas. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, Jaden Winfrey with you from a cold afternoon in this regional semifinal. It's the Bushland Falcons and your Brock Eagles. And Jaden, we didn't get your keys to victory in the last segment. Go ahead.
Guys, the main thing for me is play mistake-free football like we can. Don't take your foot off the pedal. If you get a lead, you get something rolling, keep the foot down and put them away when we have a chance. The main thing with this team is when we got them where we want them, we let them back up. We got to finish today. We got to finish them.
And just think, we got two more listeners. Ted Fay and the missus, we got two more listeners now with their grandsons out there playing football. So welcome the Fays to the broadcast.
And the rain is starting right now.
Dr. Gleaton, eye care kickoff time for its regional semifinal. Brody Baker's kick, a short one, taken from the 20-yard line. They'll try to get something going up the middle, and the Falcons will get it up across the 35 to the 37. And that's where the talented junior Dawson Jaco brings this offense onto the field. Last week, a successful week against Jim Ned. He was 15 of 21, 217 yards, 4 touchdowns. On the season, he's thrown it 346 times, 3,148 yards, 39 touchdowns to only 8 interceptions. Brock in blue tops, white bottoms, white helmets, Bushland, white tops and black pants. It's going to be Soto, the running back, straight up the middle. He's got a good gain up to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 7, second down 3.
They're going to quick tempo offense, just hand off, get back in line.
Jaco's got him set. A man in motion is king. He's got it on a little toss. But look at Cooper Massey drill him and drop him for a loss. Forward progress to the 43. It's going to bring up third down 4.
Cooper Massey talked about in the pregame show interview with Coach Mathis, getting his head in there, not afraid to do what he has to do defensively.
Empty backfield. Here comes the blitz from Brewster. He hits him, and the pass falls incomplete. Off the right edge comes the senior linebacker, and he makes him pay.
One thing I did notice when I was watching the shallow water game, Bushland played really well offensively and defensively, but the receivers weren't catching a lot of passes that Jaco was throwing. And just like on the Brock team with Tyler Moody, Jaco is also the punter and the quarterback.
Reed Watkins will stand at his own 20-yard line. Again, Jaden reported in the field report, swirling winds here. Jaco, line drive kick that will hit at the Eagle 32, take a Falcons roll down to the Eagles 20-yard line, and bring on Tyler Moody in this Brock offense. Tyler, 133 of 234, 1,848 yards, 23 touchdowns to only 9 picks. Effective on the ground as well, 91 rushes, 432 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
The wind is blowing across, according to the flags up high. The wind is blowing with the Eagles, according to the flags at field level.
The start that you wanted from this Brock defense. It's a 3 and out for the Falcons, and Brock takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20. Moody's going to give it straight ahead. Tutter met after a gain of 1 up to the 21, second down 9.
Both teams starting out from the shotgun, handing the ball off to the running back. The Falcons got a big gain on first down. The Eagles just get 1 yard.
Eagles Nest Travel Center starting lineup for the offense. Up front, Trace Roger, Adam Mueller, Hunter Fay, Wyatt Albritton, Brock Riker, Jackson Hart. Tyler Moody, the quarterback, Brewster, the fullback, Tutter behind him, Jet Jones, Carson Finney, the receivers. In motion is Brewster, left to right. Fling it to him. He's caught it. Brewster ahead to the 25. A little block by Cotton Tanner gets him up to the 28-yard line. It's going to bring up third down 2 for the Eagles.
7-yard pickup on that little swing route to Brewster, coming across the formation and quickly out to Brewster.
26th catch of the year for the senior Brewster.
Good blocking out there by Jet Jones as well.
On the far side is Jet Jones and Brewster. Carson Finney, the lone receiver, no safety back. Obviously, we talked about in pregame this 10-1 defense. Ahead comes Brett Tutter. Right at the sticks. Let's see where they mark this.
They may have to measure.
Redfin pulls Eagle first down at the 30-yard line.
Brett Tutter just handed right back up off the middle of that A-gap against Big 75. 44 is the one moving around. He goes from the the 7 technique on one side to the 7 technique on the other side. But 75 and 44 are the big ones they're going to have to move. And you see Roger, 77 on 75, and I can't see who's on 44 just yet.
Eagles are going empty backfield now. Moody's going to tuck it and run it straight ahead. He's hit at the line, bounces off a tackle, in trouble in the backfield. Spin, and it's going to be a loss all the way back to the 23-yard line. And the Eagles are behind the chains on second down.
That time it looked like 75 was able to get through there. And I think Moody ran into one of his own men and spun off and ended up losing 6 or 7 yards there. Sure would be nice to have the laser chain gang over there today.
How did we get here? Brock beat Iowa Park in round 1, 48-0, then Muleshoe 57-20. Second down, 17 for the Eagles. Moody in shotgun, Tutter with him, back to pass. Here comes the rush, steps into the pocket, throws, it's intercepted. Baylor Kings picked it at the 42, and he makes it all the way down to the Eagle 35-yard line. And with 9:09 remaining in a Rockin' F first quarter, Bushland's on the doorstep.
The only thing that the Eagles really need to worry about of giving the other team a chance is penalties and also turnovers. And that's how Shallowater was able to beat Bushland last time, a lot of turnovers. But Moody had Carson Finney look like open if he gets the ball up a little bit, but the wind may have adjusted it.
Jaco's got him set. He's got 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 1 right. He's going to tuck it and run it, but nothing doing. He runs into a lot of blue jerseys. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Brock Riker there for the Eagles.
I bet Moody would like to have that throw over again. Next time he's going to put a little bit more air under it, and that could have gone for 6.
If you remember the Mount Vernon game, this is the pace that the Falcons offense runs at. Back to pass, Jaco. Deep right side looking for Baylor King. Just overshoots him at the 10-yard line. And just like that, it's third down 10. Baylor King does have that hand cast, but like we said, did not deter him last week in that game against Jim Ned. 4 catches, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
It's just hard to make a one-handed catch with that hand cast.
Third down 10, right back. Jaco, and movement on this near side, back him up 5. DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Jaden, the men up front, getting it done so far.
Absolutely. On the offensive line part of the deal, we got 74 and 44 right in there like double A gaps, and those guys are coming hard every time. We're trying to get in there and get underneath them like Eric was talking about in pregame, but they're pretty quick off the ball.
That penalty marks it at the Eagle 40-yard line, third down 15. Jaco looks to the sideline. Coach Josh Reynolds in his 3rd season. Jaco's got him set, back to pass. Here comes the Eagle rush. Slip screen is busted up. Maybe even a loss of 1 to the 41. He's going to bring up 4th down. Bryce Hunkapiller there for the Eagles.
And Cooper Massey over there, Coach talked about the way Cooper's been playing, not afraid to put his headgear in there. And Cooper Massey on both sides of the hashes now, working the sidelines.
Jaco in punt formation. He stands right at midfield. Reed Watkins will stand at his own 10. Snap back. Line drive kick. Watkins will let this hit. Look out, he takes it at the 5, and he's going to save the Eagles a few yards there. He gets just outside the 10.
Well, the Sonic drive in return yards. Looks like he only picked up 2. The ball actually, I think, hit him, and he decided he's going to go ahead and pick it up. I thought he might let it go, but he didn't. And the ball would have went down inside the 5-yard line probably. But he gets the Sonic drive in return yardage, 2 yards, and the Eagles start from their 11 going out.
All right, let's reset this Brock offense. How did Bushland get here? They beat Kermit in round 1, 55-7, and then Jim Ned last week, 28-10, to reach this regional semifinal. Brock 1st and 10 from the 11. Here comes Watkins with some blockers in front. A flag flies on the far side. Watkins is down. He's up across the 20 to the 21, but let's check that flag on the far side. Offsides is going to be the call against Bushland. Waiting on that far official to mark. This is close to an Eagle Redfin Pools first down. Reed Watkins' first carry of the ball game is a Redfin Pools Eagle first down.
I really think the way that the offensive line blocks and the way Coach Brewster gets them coached up, that they're going to be able to down block and zone block big 75 and 44, just enough to make a crease for their guys to be able to get in. I watched 44 in the shallow water game. One guy got on him, and then he chipped with the running back or a tight end.
1st and 10 Eagles from their own 21. Fake to Watkins. Moody's going to run it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Number 4, Tanner Adams there for Bushland.
Having Moody run the ball some of the time just keeps the defense from being able to key on that one play. He's supposed to be reading somebody on those zone reads, but sometimes they want him just to run it and just to make sure the other team knows, hey, he might not get it every time.
7:13 and counting in this Rockin' F first quarter. Rock 0, Bushland 0. Moody's got him set on 2nd down 10 from the Eagle 21. Option play, he's hit and dropped in the backfield. The ball comes out, and for the second straight possession, Brock has turned it over. Bushland will have it at the Brock 18-yard line.
Well, this is where you put a lot of pressure on your defense, especially when only 2 guys switch out. Here comes Cam Harris, number 44, and 32, Dakota Courtney. But most of your other guys still are on the field. Cooper Massey also in. So let's see. We haven't seen Cam Harris and Dakota Courtney get in there, but I do see 54 and 77 ready to make their mark right here for the Eagles.
The Eagles defense has forced 2 straight punts, but now Jaco's got the Bushland Falcons at the 18-yard line of the Eagles going in. He's got Soto with him. He stands to his right. Give it to Soto, and it's a reverse. Plenty of room on that far side. Adams has got blockers. Adams into the end zone, and Bushland strikes first in this regional semifinal.
And that took 6 seconds off the clock from the 6:59 where they got the fumble to 6:53 where they scored the touchdown from 18 yards out. That double reverse led by Dawson Jaco, and he walks in.
Cedro Carroll on now for the extra point. Snap back, the kick is up, and it is good. 6:53 remains in this Rockin' F first quarter. Bushland 7, Brock 0.
For over 25 years, Texas Tire Sales has been the tire, wheel, and complete auto repair shop that Parker County residents turn to for fast, friendly service and top quality new and used tires at discount prices. Texas Tire Sales stocks over 10,000 tires and carries most all major brands including Toyo, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, and many more. Visit Texas Tire Sales at 905 Fort Worth Highway. Buy local at Texas Tire Sales. Texans serving Texans since 1990.
Brock Eagles football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. It is the Bushland Falcons striking first in this regional semifinal. They lead at 7-0.
Oh, were you guys there the day I talked about the turnovers, that you have to minimize the turnovers or at least win the turnover battle? And right now the defense has been doing really well at stopping the other team, but our offense has yet to cross our own 30-yard line going out. And we got to get that switched up here quick.
Tarango ready to kick it away on this Dr. Gleaton kickoff for the Bushland Falcons. Watkins, Finney will stand at their 10. Line drive kick that will be taken by an up back. Stevens, 35. Cannon Stevens, 40. Cannon Stevens up near the Blue Eagle Construction midfield marker, and a flag is down here on this near side. DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Jaden, what'd you see?
I'm not going to be real sure on this one just yet, as I didn't see anything from my end.
Hopefully just a face mask, and we can get this 15 yards down the field. Great return there by Cannon Stevens.
Well, you'd be surprised how many times the ball is right on the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard line, but you know, when I was on my way here today, I made sure to stop by the Sonic Drive-In there in Brock, and that was a Sonic Drive-In return yardage. Looks like 25 yards plus an extra 15, 40 yards, 45 yards on that return for the Sonic Drive-In return yardage. Let's get this thing going on now.
All right, guys, we got full rain now.
4 wide receivers and an empty set for Moody. Picked up, low snap,
oh,
Moody,
wow.
middle. Jackson Hart's open at the 20. Hart rumbles inside the 10, and the Eagles are on the board. It goes 35, Moody to Hart.
Well, you guys can do it in 6 seconds. We can do it in 7 seconds. Moody to Hart right over the middle. The only trouble there is Moody got the ball off the ground playing second base, picked it up, tried to find the laces, and he could just get rid of it in time before he took the hit to Jackson Hart for the Texas title touchdown.
Brody Baker on for the Dales Pest Control extra point. Tyler Moody will hold it. The right-footed kicker up, good. 6:41 remains in this Rockin' F first quarter. Brock 7, Bushland 7. We return in a moment.
This is Heath Wallace, owner of Wallace Spray Foam and Ameritex Concrete Services. For over 22 years, I've used the philosophy, do it right or don't do it at all. Same is true with Ameritex Concrete Services. Let Wallace do your next spray foam or concrete job to show you how it's done right. Visit us at wallacesprayfoam.com or call 817-992-1871.
You need to call Wallace Spray Foam. You need to call Wallace Spray Foam.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. There's the drive we were looking for.
Well, it started out with a big return, the Sonic drive-in return from Cannon Stevens. He gets the ball and up back. I mean, that's not somebody who normally gets it. He just took off. And then for 7 seconds, 35 yards, Moody to Hart over the middle. And Jackson Hart catches that one and runs it in.
Dr. Gleaton Eye Care kickoff. Pooch kick for Brody Baker, taken from the 22. Rodriguez on the carry. He's got room on the far side. Look out. Max Rodriguez loose across midfield, inside Eagle territory, and the Falcons will begin this drive from the Eagle 48-yard line.
I'm not sure what the rule is, guys, but I saw 2 or 3 guys calling fair catch on that play, but it didn't go to him. Somebody else got it. So when I see the fair catch go up, it didn't go to the guy who called fair catch. It went to somebody else.
Rodriguez all the way down to the Eagle 46-yard line. And here comes Dawson Jaco again.
This may be a barn burner.
And this fast-paced offense. Soto sets up to his left. He's got 3 wide receivers as we've got a little chain malfunction on the far side.
The Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, that was one play from 35 yards from Moody to Jackson Hart, number 42, and we get the touchdown, and we appreciate Plains Capital Bank for sponsoring the scoring drive for us.
As far as this Brock Eagles defense go, opponents averaging 91 yards per game on the ground, 145 through the air. So far, 2 punts and a reverse touchdowns for the Falcons offense. Jaco's got him set now, 1st and 10 from the Eagle 46. Snap back, he's going to throw it. Straight drop, looking. All day to throw. Deep middle, got a man, caught it at the 10, touchdown. Cole Purcell is in, and just like that, the Falcons regain the lead.
Well, you wanted to see a barn burner. You may just see it here because the way Jaco throws the ball and the way his receivers go down and get it, when he gets somebody open, that time he's thrown it into the wind. He threw the ball further than he should have, but the wind held it up, and it fell down right into 14's hands. That is for Purcell, and he just carries it in. So we may be doing this all day.
Carroll on for the extra point. It's up and good. 6:23 remains on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard. Bushland 14, Brock 7.
I love Willow Park Baptist Church. The minute you walk in the doors, they love you like your family.
My life has been changed because of this church.
When you're here, it's special. It really can't be described.
I'm Pastor Clark Bozier. I want to invite you and your family to come and be a part of the incredible things God is doing here. We would love to meet you this Sunday morning at 8:30, 10, or 11:30, or at our evening service at 6 p.m.
Find more information at willowparkbaptist.org. Willow Park Baptist Church, a church on an eternal mission.
Welcome back to Vernon, Texas. It's a Fathom Inc. broadcast booth. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, Jaden Winfrey in this regional semifinal. A quick start, to say the least.
Well, the thing that, I talked about on my key matchups when you was asking is how we were going to block 75 and 44. Right now, the key matchups are how are we 54 and 77? How are they being blocked? And we got to get some pressure on that quarterback. Cam Harris and Dakota Courtney got to get in there and get some pressure on him. They blocked it up. They throw it deep. And we got to have more pressure from the defensive line right now.
Watkins Finney stand at their 10-yard line. High hanging kick to the far side, taken by the up back again. Stevens, 25, dances up to the 30-yard line, and that's where Brock will begin its fourth possession of this first quarter.
Well, the Eagles score after they score in 6 seconds. The Eagles score in 7 seconds. That last one took 8 seconds. So in the last 20 seconds, we've had 3 touchdowns scored, Bobby.
Quick start, to say the least. And like we said, if you saw the Mount Vernon game this year, this is the pace that we will be at all afternoon. Brock begins 1st and 10 from their own 30. 2 wide receivers. Low snap. It's on the turf. Moody's just going to have to cover it and take the loss back to the 23.
A couple of things about the wetness of the rain, the ground, the football. The part of the football that touches the turf, when the center snaps it, when Roger snaps the ball, that part of the ball is touching the wetness of the turf. And when the quarterback gets that, it's in his hand. So he really wants to make sure that his right thumb has no part of that part of the ball that's wet. And then when he holds the football where his thumb goes, we call it no man's land, and that right thumb has to make sure it has good stickiness on that part of the football.
Empty set again as Watkins is in motion. Moody's going to roll it, heave it to him on a wheel route, just overshoots him across the 40. And just like that, it's 3rd down 17 for this Brock Eagles offense.
-7 on the first play on the bad snap, and that time we overthrow the wheel route. Watkins running up, but he's throwing with the wind from the field level, but throwing into the wind as the ball gets up higher in the air.
DOC Holmes called the sideline. Jaden, is it slick down there?
It's not really that slick just yet. I mean, it's had just a light rain. It's working that way, but it's not that bad just yet.
3rd down 17. Mark it at the Eagle 22. Watkins lines up to Moody's left-hand side, trips to the near side, trying to set up a slip screen. They've got Finney, caught it, but there's big old 44, Easton Fuentes. He reels them in. They'll get a little bit back, but only to the 26.
Well, Moody's back there, going to be the punter this time. It's going to be 4th and 14. Moody's got the wind with him. As he keeps the ball low, he'll have the wind with him. If he gets it up in the air, it'll be going to the right to left as we're looking at the field. It'll be going from the Brock side to the Bushland side, so he may want to keep it low as possible.
Cole Purcell drops back, and he'll stand at his own 36-yard line. High snap. Moody brings it in. Line drive kick that bounces and takes a good Eagles roll inside Falcon territory.
Let it go, boys.
Inside to 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. A great kick, great roll for Tyler Moody. And here comes Bushland with their 5th possession of this first quarter.
I don't know if it was last week or the week before, we talked about in the interview with Coach about script plays. Something that we've seen here early is they haven't run any of the same plays. The pass to Watkins, the pass to Hart, the pass to Finney, all those have been different plays run. They're working on what can they run against this defense, and if anybody knows this defense, it's this group of coaches, especially the ones that have been here from the previous administration.
This defense forced 3 turnovers last week. It would be great timing for one here. Inside gives Soto. Soto bangs his way 3 yards up to the 29-yard line. 2nd down, 7. Once again, Cooper Massey there for the Eagles.
I think Bushland wants to throw the ball, and they're using the run to try to set up the pass. The Eagles are trying to use the pass to set up the run.
His playmaker, Baylor King, over here to this near side. 2 wide receivers, back to pass. Looking, here comes a blitz. Picked up, deep right side, just overshoots a man. Intended for Tate Butcher, and it brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Falcons.
The problem with throwing the football against the wind that deep is the precision has to be even better. You got to either put some air under it or you got to throw shorter passes. When you throw long ones and you keep them low, then it's going to go through the wind even better. If he'd have thrown that up in the air, he would have had a good completion, but he overthrew his receiver, and he's got 5 wide now.
Opponents 45 of 162 against the Eagles. Back to pass again. Quick slant, caught, and running away. Inside Eagles territory go the Falcons, and it's a foot race, but they're not going to catch him. The Falcons have extended their lead.
I got 71 yards on that slant pass, and the defender for the Eagles put his arm out there to knock the ball away, but wasn't able to get to it. And once he got past him, then it was off to the races, and the Falcons are up quickly, 20-7, with the extra point to come.
JT Suggs for the Falcons takes it to the house. Carroll on for the extra point. Snap back, it's a fake inside pitch, no good. 4:01 remains in this Rockin' F first quarter. Bushland 20, Brock 7.
Fathom Inc. is proud to sponsor the Brock Eagles and is locally owned and operated, specializing in high-quality printing for schools, churches, and businesses. Custom printed apparel, embroidery, banners, promotional items, and fundraising and spiritware stores, Fathom Inc. will do everything in their power to make sure each order meets their high standards of quality, competitive pricing, and quick delivery time. Call 855-778-4548 for Fathom Inc. If you can fathom it, they can ink it.
On the McGuire team, Clark Real Estate first quarter scoreboard, 4:01 remains. Bushland leads it 20-7.
And this is just the first quarter. We've still got 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Right now, Bushland is throwing into the wind, and I say down on the field, they're throwing into the wind. As the ball gets up higher, it's a crosswind, and that last time when Jacob threw the ball, it was very low. It stayed underneath the wind. It got just over the defensive line's outstretched hands into the receiver's arms, and he ran a lot down there. The Eagles right now have just shot themselves in the foot with the interception, the fumble, and the low snap to get behind the chains in that last drive. So all the Eagles have to do is put together a sustained drive right now. The shallow water Bushland game was 40-28 or something, so this thing may be going the distance.
They move Finney up to an up back position. He'll take the kickoff from the 32, try to reverse position. It doesn't work. They're going to get him at the 30-yard line, and here comes Brock for the 5th time this quarter. A DOC Holmes call to the sideline. Jaden, they just need to settle that sideline down a little bit and make a play.
Yeah, I don't see anything where we can't do our thing. We got to calm down and do what we do best. You know, this part we worry about on that quarterback is when he has the time back there, that guy can throw strikes, and with the aggressive defense we run, it presents a problem if we don't get to it.
It's a Eagles 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Well, the Eagles want to rush the ball right now, according to the State Farm Ryan McDonald stats. They're -1 rushing right now.
Tutter lines up as the lone back. Low snap again, picked up. Moody in trouble in the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for a 5-yard loss back to the 25. It's a sack, and once again, you see Easton Fuentes in there for the Falcons.
Well, we thought about how we were going to attack 44 and 75. If we're trying to get him one-on-one, he's too quick, and he might be able to beat that block. But if we can hold him up on one side and get a chip on him on the other side, then we can sustain and keep him off our quarterback. Right now, that was supposed to be a pass play. We had a receiver downfield, but Moody jumped up because he had to pick the ball up off the ground. He wasn't able to see that oncoming rush and the receiver open right now.
Brock 57 of 142 coming in motion is Tutter. Here comes on a counter play, comes Zach Brewster. Needs a block on that far side. It doesn't come. He's hit and dropped for a loss of 2 back to the 23-yard line. And now the Eagles will face a 3rd down and roughly 17.
The inside, it's not really a jet sweep. It was kind of just a toss coming across Moody's face, but nothing that the Bushland Falcons weren't ready for. The plays that have worked good is the post route, the hide route, the seam route that the Eagles have run. Those have been successful as far as getting receivers open. Now they just got to find time for Moody to be able to get rid of the football.
It's a 3rd down 16. Go ahead, Jaden.
The liners.
Moody back to pass, looking, caught, up to the 30 is Jet Jones, but he's going to be brought down at the 32. Now it's going to be 4th down 8 and a punting situation for the Eagles.
Yeah, what I was saying, guys, so on their defensive line, what they're doing, they're shifting gaps. So they've got 44 moving around. Sometimes he's inside. They've got him moved all the way outside the tackle sometimes. And then when we get into our cadence, they'll jump a gap or move around. So they're trying to keep us mixed up on that line, and right now it's effective.
Cole Purcell will drop back and stand at his 30. Tyler Moody in punt formation at his 20. Snap back, heavy rush. He gets it off. Here to this near side, and a great Eagles bounce that goes inside the Falcon 20, inside the 15, and will not be downed until it reached the 10-yard line. So this Eagles defense will come on, and they've got the Falcons pinned back.
58 yards on that punt from Tyler Moody from the 32 down to the 10. And the Eagles defense has got to figure out something. If they pull a guy off of the defensive line to help out as a safety over the top, then they might be susceptible to a run. If they keep doing what they're doing, you can see what happens to those deep passes. You have to just hope that the receivers are not going to be able to catch them. But as good as Jaco throws the football, right now he's been on target.
1:59 of this Rockin' F first quarter. Bushland 20, Brock 7. Here comes Soto on a give. A flag flies on this near side. Soto's down with about a half a yard loss. Let's check the penalty.
Is it going to be a false start or holding? There you go. But it's only half the distance, so they're only going to the 5.
Half the distance to the goal for the Falcons. The winner today gets the Whitesboro Paradise, winner in a regional final. This one has been a barn burner so far. Holding the call against the Falcons. It's going to make it first down 15 from their own 6. Jaco's got him set quick. He's got 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side, a single receiver to the near side. Soto's with him in the backfield. He claps once, no movement from the Eagles. He'll reset and move Soto over to his left. Snap back, give it to Soto straight ahead. The blue jerseys are going to wrangle him in after a gain up to the 9. Second down 12.
Hunter Face should have fresh legs, if nothing else, after being off for a couple of weeks. Him and Brock Riker are in there on those 2 defensive tackles right now. I want to see Harris and Dakota Courtney get in there quick and make some plays against that quarterback.
4 wide receivers for Jaco as he's getting them set on second down 12. Market at his own 9. Straight drop. Looking to this near side, pass caught. Receiver falls down at the 15-yard line. That's Cole Purcell. Jet Jones in coverage. It's going to bring up third down 7 for the Falcons. Big play early on. 1:05 and counting in this Rockin' F first quarter. Bushland 20, Brock 7.
You need a research clinic third down stop right here. It's only the second time the Eagles have had a third down opportunity to stop the Falcons because they've been throwing those quick passes.
Play clock at 5. Empty backfield set for Jaco. He claps once, gets it off. Quarterback design draw, straight ahead 20. They're going to get him, but not before he makes a Falcons first down up to the 23.
It looked like they had some kind of a stunt on the defensive side for the Eagles, and the way they moved, Jaco just ran right to where they left and picked up enough for the first down.
Mark it up to their own 23-yard line, first and 10, 25 seconds remain. On the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate first quarter scoreboard. Looks like they'll try to get one more play off as the play clock sits at 10. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. He's bookended by 2 running backs, 1 in motion. Inside give, Soto, and he just pounds forward up to the 26-yard line, a gain of 2, and that will be the end of this Rockin' F first quarter. It's been a good one so far. Bushland leads it 20-7.
Bell Stone is a proud sponsor of Brock Eagles and Lady Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, Southlake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bellstone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bellstone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bellstone. Go Eagles!
Big Earl with Brilbury Real Estate at 1130 FM 1189 is the go-to man for your next real estate transaction in Brock or the surrounding North Texas area. Have land or a home to sell? Or are you looking for a place to live in the Brock area? Call Big Earl at 325-203-2972. That's 325-203-2972. Bilbrey Real Estate says go Eagles and Lady Eagles.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. It has been a fast-paced first quarter as we get set for a Prater Design second quarter. Bushland leads it 20-7.
Well, I really thought, because of what I talked about in the pregame show of the motivations of the Bushland of Coach Thomas, they even had an announcement here of a moment of silence for Coach Thomas, that they're really playing for him right now as a group. The Eagles have got to find it within themselves. The field has changed right now. Now it's going to be Bushland going with the wind, and that changes your throw as a quarterback. You can't throw it the same way with the wind that you have against the wind. We'll see how the Falcons make that adjustment.
Jaco's got the Falcons set on 2nd and 7. Inside gives Soto. He breaks a tackle. Soto up to the 29-yard line, and that's going to set up a 3rd down 4 for Jaco in this offense.
Jaco looked like if he had kept his balance, he had some room. Soto had some room to get by, but he just couldn't keep his balance going.
He's going to set up this time to Jaco's left. 2 wide receivers on 3rd and 4. Snap back. Here comes the Brock rush. Big O 77 hits him. Cam Harris finishes him. A huge 3rd down sack for this Brock defense.
That's what we've been looking for right there, is the rush up the middle from Big Hunter Fay. Welcome back to the Brock Eagles. And then Cam Harris over on the side finishes him off. As soon as he thought he could spin out of the tackle of Hunter Fay, here comes Cam Harris.
Reed Watkins will drop back and stand just inside his own 45-yard line. Jaco's the punter on 4th down 13. Just underway in this Prater-designed 2nd quarter. Brock Eagles defense. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it deep. Middle pass caught across the 40. That's Austin Ryder. And the Falcons convert a 4th down fake punt and now have it 1st and 10 from their 45.
Well, as a quarterback who was a punter, in all my years, 10 or 12 years as playing quarterback and also punting, I never did a fake punt. Not one time. And I don't think Moody has done a fake punt this year, but Dawson Jaco does a fake punt. He throws the football, and it's right at the 45-yard line going out.
He's got him set again. Back to pass. Here comes the rush shuttle pass. Soto caught it, but Trace Roger wrangles him in. He read it perfectly. No gain on the play. 2nd down 10. The big man in the middle, Trace Roger, making a play there.
Well, a big play on the Brock defense on the prior play to get them in 4th and 14, but Bushland decided they were going to match it and go for it on 4th down deep in their own end, Bobby.
Mark it at the Bushland 45-yard line. 2nd down 10. Brock will switch Luke Kearley and Brewster. 4 wide receivers. Inside give Soto, and he just pounds away up to the Blue Eagle Construction midfield mark. Now they're going to rule him just inside it at the 49. It brings up a 3rd down 6 for the Falcons.
He is a load, and he's low center of gravity. You got to be able to make sure you wrap him up and somebody get him low. And this is going to be a big play for the Eagles right here. Research Clinic, 3rd down stop needed for the Eagles.
Let's see if this Brock Eagles defense can stiffen.
11th play of the drive for Bushland.
From the Falcon 49, 9:21 remains. That Prater-designed 2nd quarter, Bushland leads it 20-7. Play clock at 3, 2, and we're going to get a Texas butane timeout for the Falcons. We'll be back to this regional semifinal in Vernon in a moment.
Brent Goff Financial Services has been serving the financial needs of individuals, families, and business owners for more than 24 years, striving to develop long-term relationships and providing viable strategies for every element of the wealth management equation. Visit Brent Goff Financial Services on 1187 in Aledo and ask him about retirement planning, financial planning, and risk management, or call him at 817-631-0816. Brent Goff Financial Services says, "Go Eagles!"
Back here in Vernon, Texas, on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate 2nd quarter scoreboard. It's Bushland 20, Brock 7 in this regional semifinal. It's been a good one so far, action-packed.
It's been a good one around the area too, Bobby.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at the Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores. In the 3rd quarter now, Grandview 22, Pottsboro 7. And in the 2nd quarter, it is Whitesboro all over Paradise, 21-0.
We don't have to worry about any of those games unless we get out of this place. And right now, we run into a buzzsaw in Dawson Jaco.
Jaco's brought this offense back on the field after their first timeout, marked it at their own 49, 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers check that 4. He's going to throw it. Slant, tipped, caught. Or tipped that and incomplete. that he was looking for his playmaker, Baylor King. It falls incomplete, and now once again on this drive, 4th down.
Well, as anybody who's ever played receiver or quarterback knows, when the temperature gets low like it is now, the football becomes more rigid than it normally is. And if it has a little bit of pressure in it before, now it's got way too much pressure, and that thing is hard as a rock.
He's going to roll right, and he's going to fake it. No, it's a rugby-style kick.
Oh, wow.
He shanked it. This goes straight up, and it's going to hit out of bounds. Let's see where they mark this. It hit at the 41, and they're going to mark it dead right there and bring on this Brock Eagles offense.
Well, I guess if that's the choice or a fake punt, I guess fake punt worked out a lot better.
Yeah.
The Falcons kept the ball for 2 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes on that last drive, and here comes the Eagles.
Mark it at their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Eagles. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Jet Jones, Carson Finney, Zach Brewster. Watkins in at tailback, and he'll get it. Trying to bob and weave for anything, maybe one, up to the 42, 2nd down, 9.
I really think this is going to be a 3rd or 4th quarter game when that our big guys are going to wear down their other guys, and you can't do that in the 1st, 2nd quarter because they have all the momentum, and especially now that they're up 13 points, we're going to have to wear them down.
4 wide receivers for Moody on 2nd and 9. Ball's on the turf. Scoops it up. Slant. Incomplete. That ball looked like it was tipped at the line, and that's probably why there was no flag on that. They had Jet Jones hooked. 3rd down, 9 coming up for the Eagles.
The job on the sidelines for the ball boy is to make sure that those footballs are dry. But by the time they get out to the field, that little section is touching the ground. It's up to the center to make sure that that part of the football is not where Tyler Moody is going to be able to touch it. So he's got to make sure that it's dry everywhere else except for that one little spot that's touching the turf.
3rd down, 9 from the Eagle 42. Snap back. Steps up into the pocket. Moody's looking. He's in trouble, and he's blasted. It's picked up at the 40. A fumble is picked up by the Falcons, and they're going to have prime field position at the Eagle 36. That is the 3rd turnover of this first half for the Eagles.
Moody was right at the line of scrimmage. It looked like he could have run the football for several yards, but it looked like he was trying to draw it back to throw it. Maybe he was going to try to fake throw it and then run, but right as he was doing the fake throw, here came the hit and knocked the football out of his hands, and we've got the 3rd turnover by the Eagles just in this first half.
Jaco's going to bring them out. They're going to set it 1st and 10 from the Eagle 36-yard line. The Eagles defense right back on the field. Let's see if they can get this shut down. Jaco's got him set, fakes the inside give, straight drop, all day to throw, deep middle, incomplete. In coverage was Jet Jones, and it brings up 2nd down, 10. And a DOC Holmes call to the sideline. Jaden, how's the mood down there?
Well, the coaches are coaching their tail off down here. They're yelling at them to go get the ball when it gets up in the air. You know, it looks like on our defensive line we're getting some pressure up the middle, but they're holding us on our edges pretty hard right now.
2nd down, 10. Jaco toss left. Here comes Soto, blocker in front. Massey's got him. A gain down to the 31-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down, 5.
Jaco's getting back up to the line of scrimmage really quick with his offensive line.
From the Eagle 31, 3rd down, 5. Did he get the Eagles to jump? He didn't. Heaves it deep right side. Jump ball caught. Down to the Eagle 10. Cale Bramlett trying to strip it. It's going to be a Falcons 1st and goal from the Eagle 4.
31 yards. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
Tate Butcher on the 50-50 ball.
31 yards on that pass play, and 22 just came up with it.
Right back to the line. Straight ahead. Jaco diving for the end zone. Touchdown, and the Falcons have scored again. Dawson, Jaco showing the legs and the power there, and now the Eagles are in a hole.
Well, the Eagles just have to get out of their own way. They off the turnovers, they've scored 21 points, or 20 points now, about to be 21 if he makes this. Off the turnovers, they've had one touchdown where they've had a drive. We can't just keep giving them that ball.
Extra point up and good for Carroll. 7:39 remains in this Prater Design 2nd quarter. Now Bushland 27, Brock 7.
When you need a new roof on your home or commercial property, give Brock Roofing and Construction a call. This is April Parr, owner of Brock Roofing and proud supporter of your Brock Eagles. We are family-owned, local, and will always put relationships over transactions. Think you have hail damage? We offer free roof inspections and can answer any questions you may have about the insurance process. Find us on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, give us a call at 817-307-6153. Roll Brock!
Real estate in Texas requires attention to detail. Real estate in Parker County also requires attention to customer needs. At the Cates Group, we specialize in both. Whether it be residential, farming, ranch, or commercial, we provide the detail and service needed to get the best deal for you and to get it closed. Listing your property or finding the best deal in town? Visit us right here in Brock or check us out on our Facebook page. The Cates Group, your Brock real estate brokerage. Go Eagles and Lady Eagles from the Cates Group.
Welcome back to Vernon in this regional semifinal right now. Bushland 27, Brock 7, 7:39 remains on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard. And Carroll's kick will be taken. Well, Stevens is just going to let this one bounce inside and into the end zone for a touchback, bring it out to the 25.
The Eagles have got to get themselves situated. Nothing is going on yet that can't be fixed. The Eagles are probably going to score somewhere around 42 or 44 points in this game, but they've got to get out of their own way in order to be able to do it. Just put together a sustained drive, hold on to the football, protect the football, and let's get this thing started right now.
Well, 6 possessions, 3 turnovers. Brock just needs 1 to get rolling here. It's 1st and 10 Eagles from their own 25-yard line. We've got 7:39 remaining in this first half. Brock trailing 27-7. Finney to the far side and a bunch set. Moody's got him set. Finney will come in motion right to left. Rolling to this near side is Moody. Finney's caught it up across the 30 and up to the 33-yard line goes the junior Carson Finney. A quick 7 yards for the Eagles.
Let's just do those quick plays right there. Put one-on-one with Finney and Brewster. Even Jet Jones out there. Cotton Tanner out there now, number 13. And just get the ball out there to him quickly and let's move down the field.
2 wide receivers right are Jet Jones and Carson Finney. Inside give Tutter, bobbing and weaving. Tutter trying to reach the sticks. He's going to be about a yard shy up to the 34, and the Eagles will set up 3rd down 1.
Tutter looked like he had a good head of steam there. He turned his back a little bit not to be able to take the tackle head on. And here comes Cam Harris. Look like the heavy package going in now.
Yeah, now
Bobby.
Moody runs off here to the near sideline. Let's see if they're going to go Wildcat with Brewster. It's a 3rd down 1. Cam Harris will be at fullback. Tutter will be lined up to Zach Brewster's left. Wildcat in motion comes Carson Finney. Left to right, ball's on the turf, picked up by Brewster. He's hit, in trouble. Let's see if he can get there. And it's going to be stopped short, and he breaks free. Did they rule it dead? They ruled it dead back at the 33. And now let's see, it is decision time for Coach Mathis on 4th down 2.
Well, in the same situation on the other end of the field, going the other direction, the Bushland Falcons ran the fake punt. Let's see if the Eagles do the same. Moody's out there regardless. That time the ball, again, on the ground. Brewster having to pick it up, not able to see what's coming ahead of him. And it looks like Moody is back to punt.
Yeah, they're going to mark this at the 33. It's 4th down 2. Just over halfway through the second quarter. Moody on to punt, and the Eagles will take a Texas butane timeout. We'll take one with them. 5:52 remains in this Prater Design second quarter. Bushland's 27-7 over Brock.
Fuzzy's Taco Shop is your one-stop taco shop for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, hang time, game time. You get the picture. Our Fuzzy's Baja-inspired tacos, nachos, burritos, and fresh salads are perfect for any time of the day. Grab your ticket stub and head into your local Weatherford Fuzzy's today or tomorrow for free chips and queso with a $5 purchase.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. Second quarter on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard. 5:52 remains, and Brock trails Bushland 27-7. Brock faces 4th down 2 from their own 33.
I mean, do you want to give the ball? Do you want to give the ball back to Dawson and the Falcons? Or are you going to try to go for it? Looks like the Eagles have made the decision. Let's go for it.
It is Wildcat time and a big one here on 4th and 2. Zach Brewster will have Tutter with him to his left. 3 wide receivers right. Snap back. Brewster says, "Give me 2 yards." He's hit, and he's Down to be stuck at the 34. Where's the mark? We got a flag down, and that is a huge flag on the far side as Brewster was stopped short.
Is it going to be on the Eagles for false start?
Let's see. To be honest with you, well, it is against the Eagles. Waiting to see if it was a pre-snap penalty, but it was not. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and Bushland once again, and it seems like they've been in Brock territory all day.
Been. Let me just see what we got here. We got a starting position of 35 going in, 25 going in. Now we got 36 going in. And he scored on that last time, and here
we are. First and 10 from their own 33. Jaco brings them out. He'll have 3 wide receivers on this 1st and 10. His playmaker Baylor King on that far side. Brock, two deep safeties. Jaco claps once, straight drop. Flags fly on this near side. And the Falcons move this time. False start. And a DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Jaden, the Brock Eagles just need to settle down. They need one play.
Well, that's what Billy and them are preaching to them right now. It's like, guys, get your head out and go play your game. Go play how you know how to play and do what you're supposed to do. You got to wake up here. And that's all. I mean, we just got to wake up.
Well, Jaden, it looks like the snap of the football and protecting the football, those two things is what's been costing us so far.
Yes, sir. It's we got to play our game.
1st and 15. Jaco's got him set. Here comes Soto working left to right. Here comes Luke Kearley, brings him down after a gain of 1. And Mark Soto down to the 36-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down 13 for the Falcons.
We like to see them going side to side and not straight up, because when they're going straight up, they get 2 or 3 yards, but they're making our defensive line have to stay home. When they go side to side, our defensive, especially our 2 tackles, can rush right up the middle and get after Dawson, number 10.
They move Beck and Reed. They're tied in over in slot. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the right. They'll set Soto over to the left-hand side. Snap back. Here comes a blitz from the Eagles. It's picked up deep middle, and he throws it just behind his intended target at the 18. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down 13.
Baylor King has that mitten on one of his hands. It's hard for him to catch. It's hard for him to catch the football that hard right now anyways, and that ball was behind him, and Baylor not able to make the move to get the ball, and this is going to be a big decision right now for I'm sure there's not going to think about kicking a field goal here after this play, so they're going to try to get as much as they can and maybe go for it again on 4th down.
Colt Matlock will check in as a defensive back. He checks in for Luke Kearley on 3rd down 13. Snap back to Jaco. Here comes the Eagle rush. He delivers it on the far side. Pass caught. Massey in pursuit. He's going to catch him, but not until he gets a Falcons 1st down. Down to the Eagle 18-yard line. That was the fullback, Beckon Reed, the 6'1", 190-pound senior.
We talked about the linebackers having to cover people out of the backfield, and that time 34 came across and got in front as they ran the receivers on the left side up the field. 34 came across behind him, and defender just not able to catch up with him.
We're at the 4:35 mark of this Prater-designed 2nd quarter. Bushland in control 27-7 and on the move at the Eagle 18. 3 wide receivers, straight drop. Inside gives Soto. He stood up. Brock Reicher's got him, trying to strip that ball. A gain down to the Eagle 15. Gain of 3 yards, 2nd down 7. Let's see if this Eagles defense can stiffen. That was Brock Reicher, the 6'4", 250-pound junior in there on that tackle. 3:55 and counting in the 2nd quarter.
I think Coach Mathis knows that this Eagle team has what it takes to get this done. They just have to get out of their own way.
Coach Mullenix signaling into the defense. Flags fly here. And what's a play clock? Now false start against the Falcons. Back them up 5. And it's going to bring up 2nd down 12 for Bushland. As you've noticed, that pace has slowed down a little bit for Bushland, as now they're trying to eat this 2nd quarter clock up.
They're going with the wind. They're throwing it with the wind. It's just a tougher throw. You have to keep the ball low, and that's what Dawson has done, is he tried to keep the ball low. It's just been behind his receivers. And when he gets it up in the air, he goes over the receivers.
Second down, 12. Mark it at the Eagle 20-yard line. Jaco barking signals to his offensive line. He's got them set. 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right, 1 left. Soto, he's hit in the backfield and dropped after a gain to the 19. Cam Harris, Cooper Massey brings up third down 11.
Looks like he just got one. They got his legs quick. Now they're probably in field goal range. They have some options, but I don't think they think that they're going to be able to beat Brock with field goals. I bet they go for it regardless. So think about 2 plays right here as the Falcons offense.
Colton Matlock, the freshman, still in. And he's got Baylor King on that far side, one-on-one. Soto in motion, empty backfield now. Here comes the rush, steps into it, batted down, a great play. Cale Bramlett knocks it away, and it brings up fourth down 11, and decision time now for the Falcons offense.
We've been looking for that play pretty much all season where the defender for the Eagles on the button hook comes around and blocks the ball before it gets to him. Nice play by number 19.
Cale Bramlett was there for the Eagles, and now it is fourth down and 11, and a must-stop for your Eagles. 2:42 remains in a Prater-designed second quarter. Bushland leads at 27-7. Let's see if this Brock Eagles defense can get them off the field.
Well, the play with 34, the tight end coming across, doing the clear-out routes, it's going to be a timeout. Texas Butane timeout here at 2:42 left in the first half. Back after this on Broad Sports Network.
For over 33 years, Lightfoot Mechanical has been providing prompt, professional, and friendly service to their customers throughout North Texas. Lightfoot Mechanical is the area's premier choice for air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical services. Backed by their exclusive lifetime workmanship warranty and their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call Lightfoot Mechanical today, 817-596-0309, or stop by 1026 Fort Worth Highway, or visit them online at lightfootmechanical.com.
Brock Eagles playoff football is presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. We are at the 2:42 mark of the second quarter. As we look to the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard, Bushland leads at 27-7, but the Falcons face fourth down 11 at the Eagle 19.
Well, after 21 minutes of the game, we've already got 34 points been scored, 27 of them by the Bushland Falcons. Only one, however, with the wind. The Eagles scored their 1 touchdown with the wind, but now they're going against the wind where the Falcons were able to score their points. But the Falcons' points, 3 touchdowns came off of turnovers by the Eagles, and the Eagles just had to make a big play right here. Research Clinic, fourth down.
Play of the game so far, marking the Eagle 19, the Falcons 4th and 11, empty set. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Jaco looking, he's got all day to throw, heaves it deep right side, overshoots his intended target, and this Brock Eagles defense has held.
No flags, no flags.
Cooper Massey, Carson Finney, Cale Bramlett over here on this near side, and the Eagles offense, Eric, need one here. Just need one to get back in it.
They're going into the wind, and throwing into the wind, the football is going to go shorter than you think it is, but if you get a good tight spiral on it, you get that nose to turn over, you can make some good completions. Keep the ball low, just above the outstretched arms of the defensive line and linebackers, and let's get this thing going.
2 timeouts and 2:35 remaining for the Eagles. Inside give, Watkins, handoff, not a lot there, maybe 2 up to the 21-yard line for the junior Reed Watkins.
We can't feel like we're snake bit on throwing the football. We still have to be able to run our offense. We want to throw the football, but we use the pass to open up the run, whereas Bushland uses the run to open up the pass.
Remember, the Brock Eagles defer to the second half, so if we can get the score here, it would be huge getting the ball first in the second half. Back to passes. Moody, he's flushed from the pocket and in trouble, and he just throws this one up for grabs. 50-50 ball, and it falls to the turf, almost intercepted there. And that was number 22, Tate Butcher, for the Falcons. 3rd down, 8 for the Eagles.
You know, when your receivers come to the huddle and they say, we talked about it maybe a couple weeks ago, just throw the ball up in the air, I'll go catch it. Well, sometimes you don't listen to them. Sometimes you just don't listen to them.
And now a 3rd down, 8 for your Eagles, and Coach Mathis is going to think about this with a Texas Butane timeout. 1:58 remains in a Prater-designed second quarter. Bushland 27, Brock 7.
Greetings to all you fans of the Brock Eagles. This is Mr. Jim from MrJim's.Pizza. Nothing goes together better than Eagles football and Mr. Jim's.Pizza. Go to MrJim's.Pizza. That's MRJIMS.Pizza. And order now. Use the code EAGLES and get 15% off your entire order. Go Eagles!
Pathway Rehabilitation Sports Therapy in Brock offers all forms of therapy such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Pathway Rehabilitation has been providing the highest quality rehab services to patients in acute care, skilled nursing, home health, sport, and orthopedic rehab since 2014. Give them a call at 940-490-0022 or visit their website at pathwayrehab.net. Wishing Brock the best of luck in tonight's game. Go Eagles from Pathway Rehabilitation.
It's a 3rd down 8 for the Eagles. Fake the inside give. Moody middle. Watkins caught it. Watkins is loose. Needs a block at the 40. Watkins inside Falcons territory. Inside the 45 and close to the 44. And a huge completion. Moody to Watkins. And
34 yards. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
148 now. And did they rule that one stopped out of bounds on that far? He's going to be down at the 46-yard line. Let's see if they're going to set this for play.
32 yards on that pitch and catch from Moody to Watkins. We can do this all day.
Yep.
Let's just keep going.
Eagles 1st and 10 now from the Falcon 47. Moody's rolling left, looking, sets his hips, fires. Almost a one-handed play for Carson Finney. Pass falls incomplete. 2nd down 10.
I'm sure Carson would like to have that opportunity back. He wants to go up with both hands and catch that ball. He threw the one hand up there trying to stop the spin of it, but just not able to get it done. And you hate to have a wasted play when you're throwing the football when you're down by 20 points.
So both teams with one timeout. 2nd down 10 Eagles from the Falcon 47-yard line. Watkins, the tailback, to the far side is 2 receivers. To the near side, 2 receivers. Watkins moves over to Moody's right-hand side. Cannon Stevens in motion, right to left. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Moody steps up, flings it far side. Caught by Reed Watkins. He's wrangled out of bounds on that far side. Watkins is going to get 5 yards down to the Falcon 42, stopping the clock with no, he's going to be ruled down inbounds forward progress, 1:30 and counting.
Eagles still have one timeout left, and somebody's going to be using it right now. Nope. They're going to reset the play clock maybe.
Whistles have blown momentarily, stopping this clock with 1:27 remaining. In this 2nd quarter, Bushland 27-7 over Brock.
Eagles got the ball at 2:35 left on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard. Now they got it 1:34, so 1 minute has come off the clock since they got the football.
Brock with one timeout in their pocket in 1:34 as we wait on the game clock to reset. Big drive here for the Eagles to end the first half. Jones and Finney here to the near side. Hart, Cannon Stevens to the far side. Watkins remains the lone back. He's to Moody's left-hand side. Straight drop. They're going to set up a screen. Watkins caught it, 40. Watkins 35, 30. Needs a block, 25. Watkins out of bounds at the Falcons' 22-yard line. And a great play call by Coach Blake Christensen. And now the Eagles are on the doorstep with 1:25 remaining. Clock stopped.
Moody to Watkins for 31 yards. This time Moody to Watkins for 20 yards on those little screens. You want to slow that pass rush down. You run those screen passes, and the Eagles are doing it right now.
Right back to the line. 4 wide receivers. Snap back. Moody looking middle. Jet Jones climbs the ladder and makes a spectacular catch at the 16. Gain of 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Clock rolling. 1:15.
Jet Jones goes up. He's got a man on him. Moody threw that ball on a laser. And good play from 6 to 10 right there.
Still the same, 4 wideouts. Ball's on the turf, picked up by Moody. Deep for Jones, end zone. Did he catch it? Just incomplete. I thought he hauled it in for a moment. Tanner Adams in coverage for the Falcons.
He had the football for a second, but when Adams pushed him, the ball came loose.
So now that sets up a 3rd down 4 for the Eagles with 59 seconds remaining in this Prater-designed 2nd quarter.
Well, the Eagles like to throw the ball to set up the run, and now that they've thrown the ball a couple of times, here comes Watkins probably on some kind of a play to 25. Cedillo checks in, number 11.
Cedillo. He's to the far side with Carson Finney. Cannon Stevens here on the near side with Hart. Fake the inside give. Hart, one-handed catch. Hart just back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now 4th down, and let's see what Coach Mathis decides to do.
Well, we've done the Wildcat. We've done the heavy package. Moody's going to stay in. There's no way we're kicking a field goal right here.
Here we go on 4th and 4. Play of the game so far for the Eagles. Straight drop flag flies. And did the Eagles move, or was it unabated? DOC Holmes called to the sideline. What do we see, Jaden?
That's jumped. Their end jumped the line.
Must have been unabated. They stopped the play here.
Why did we not get a free play out of that?
Offsides the call against Bushland, so that will be an automatic Redfin Pools first down for the Eagles, and none bigger so far in this regional semifinal. That'll take them all the way down to the Bushland 11-yard line, and we have 34 seconds remaining. Brock does have that one timeout. Clock will roll now. Moody looking to the sideline still for the play.
Eagles had the ball for 2 minutes so far.
That clock is rolling now, under 25. He's going to move Watkins over to his right side. 4 wide receivers for Moody. He claps once, straight drop, quarterback draw. Moody's going to be dropped, and they may have to use one here. Lost back to the 14-yard line, and Coach Mathis will take his final Texas butane timeout of the first half. We'll be right back to this regional semifinal. Bushland 27, Brock 7.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Dr. Chris Wusterhausen, the owner of the Research Clinic. When I founded the Research Clinic in 2008, my goal was to help as many Parker County residents achieve maximal health both physically as well as mentally. The Research Clinic is proud to offer bioidentical hormone replacement, vitamin IV infusions, a vast array of cosmetic procedures, stem cell and PRP therapies, as well as concierge medicine. If you're ready to see what the Research Clinic has to offer you, give us a call at 817-599-9902 or go to theresearchclinic.com.
Back in Vernon, Texas. Happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone. This regional semifinal has been an explosive, to say the least. 27-7 Bushland.
This is not how I had it going down this first half. That is for daggone sure. But the Eagles have used all 3 of their timeouts. They got 13 seconds left on the clock. If they throw a pass and it's incomplete, it stops the clock. It's 2nd and goal, right, or 2nd and 10 from the 11. They still can get a first down, but it's not that. It's the time on the clock, and they've changed to 15 seconds now.
3 wide receivers left and 1 right. They've got it set for play on an Eagle 2nd down 12. Empty set. Moody sets his feet, throws far side, and the pass falls incomplete. And now that brings up 3rd down 12. 10 seconds remain in this first half.
Well, it's not the down and distance right now. It's the time that's on the clock. If they do not have the ability to run a play and have it stay in bounds, they've got to throw it to the side, get 4 or 5 yards, to the side, get 4 or 5 yards. They probably have 2 plays that they can run right now with 10 seconds, but it's got to get out of bounds.
No timeouts. Watkins will be the lone back. 4 wide receivers available for Moody. He claps once on 3rd and 12, sets his feet, heaves it deep backside. Incomplete, intended for Carson Finney. And with 6 seconds remaining, Brock will have one last 4th and 12.
Well, it looks like they just decided we're going for a better matchup in there. And
Brody Baker will
Brody
come on
Baker,
here.
all right.
As Coach Mathis just wants points here. They will set this at the 21, so a 31-yard attempt upcoming for the senior Brody Baker.
And we've already seen a fake punt from Bushland. Don't put it past anybody for anything on the Brock side as well.
Moody will hold it. It's 4th down 12. Has a finger down at the 21-yard line. Snap back. Brody Baker's kick is up, and it is good. 2 seconds remain in the first half. Now Bushland 27, Brock 10.
Riverstone Veterinary Hospital in Brock offers a complete range of veterinary services, including routine vaccinations, hospitalization, critical care, major and minor surgery, dental services, and emergency calls. Dr. Ryan Cate and his staff at Riverstone Veterinary Hospital specialize in large and small animal care and also offer boarding services. Visit Riverstone Veterinary Hospital at 1421 FM 1189 in Brock, Riverstone Veterinary Hospital. Online at riverstonevet.com.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. Brody Baker's 5th field goal of the year makes it Bushland 27, Brock 10.
After 2:29 off the clock, the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, 13 plays from our own 20-yard line, and the Eagles go down and score 13 plays later on a Brody Baker field goal. It's been a while since we've said that. It may have been the Hershey game at the end of the first half.
Like we said, Brody Baker's fifth, so the lead is cut down 27-10. Brock does get the ball coming out for the second half. Brody Baker set for a Dr. Gleaton Eye Care kick. Tanner Adams stands at his 5. Brody Baker, just a little kick right down Broadway here, picked up at the 24-yard line. Blue jerseys have swarm, and they will bring him down, and that is the end of the first half. In just a minute, Jaden will interview Coach
Good luck,
Mathis.
Jaden.
Let's see.
Good luck, Jaden.
Bushland 27, Brock 10.
Look how fast Jaden is over there. There he goes.
All right, Coach, tough go for the first half.
Tough, yeah, it was real tough. Well, we did not execute very well. Get it in,
Turn this way, Jaden.
Ball game, there's 2 halves. First half, not pretty, but I thought we did some good things. We just missed a couple opportunities, missed a few blocks on the kick-out blocks. Where, man, if we get it kicked out, we go and score. Man, defense, I thought played, even though it gave up 27 points, man, we're playing good. There's just a few things we got to get dialed in. I can promise you this, though, Jaden. We're going to come out this second half, and we're going to light their butts up.
Like it. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Coach. Coming up on our Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show, we'll take a look at our first half stats and what to look forward to in the second half. We're at halftime here in Vernon. Bushland 27, Brock 10.
Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford is always committed and supportive of the community and the youth of Brock, and would like to invite you and your family out to visit their new family-owned dealership on I-20 West in Weatherford. Besides, everyone and their dog knows Roger Williams makes the best deals. Go Eagles from Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford.
Do you have some honey-do projects that don't ever seem to get done? Or maybe you're looking to build your dream home. Terry can do anything from changing out your light bulbs to building you that magnificent custom home. This is Michelle Harkness with Terry's Tool Belt. We are proud members of the Brock community and members of the Brock Business Connections. Check out our website at terrystoolbelt.com or give Terry a call at 817-360-6368 to see what we have to offer. Let us help you make your dream projects come to life and get rid of your honey-do list. Go Eagles!
Teskey's Saddle Shop is one of the most trusted names in the Western industry, with over 100,000 square feet of bits and spurs, saddle, tack and feed, and supplies. They also have the latest Western fashion in the boutique with names such as Cinch, Wrangler, Ariat, North Face, STS, and many more. And don't forget about Teskey's Outdoors with everything from hunting gear, ammunition, scopes, and all the best in outdoor wear. Call 599-3400 or visit them online at teskeys.com.
For over 25 years, Texas Tire Sales has been the tire, wheel, and complete auto repair shop that Parker County residents turn to for fast, friendly service and top quality new and used tires at discount prices. Texas Tire Sales stocks over 10,000 tires and carries most all major brands, including Toyo, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, and many more. Visit Texas Tire Sales at 905 Fort Worth Highway. Buy local at Texas Tire Sales. Texans serving Texans since 1990.
This is Heath Wallace, owner of Wallace Spray Foam and Ameritex Concrete Services. For over 22 years, I've used the philosophy, do it right or don't do it at all. Same is true with Ameritex Concrete Services. Let Wallace do your next spray foam or concrete job to show you how it's done right. Visit us at wallacesprayfoam.com or call 817-992-1871.
You need to call Wallace Spray Foam. You need to call Wallace Spray Foam.
I love Willow Park Baptist Church. The minute you walk in the doors, they love you like your family.
My life has been changed because of this church.
When you're here, it's special. It really can't be described.
I'm Pastor Clark Bozier. I want to invite you and your family to come and be a part of the incredible things God is doing here. We would love to meet you this Sunday morning at 8:30, 10, or 11:30, or at our evening service at 6 p.m.
Find more information at willowparkbaptist.org. Willow Park Baptist Church, a church on an eternal mission.
Fathom Inc. is proud to sponsor the Brock Eagles and is locally owned and operated, specializing in high-quality printing for schools, churches, and businesses. Custom printed apparel, embroidery, banners, promotional items, and fundraising and spiritware stores, Fathom Inc. will do everything in their power to make sure each order meets their high standards of quality, competitive pricing, and quick delivery time. Call 855-778-4548 for Fathom Inc. If you can fathom it, they can ink it.
Bell Stone is a proud sponsor of Brock Eagles and Lady Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, Southlake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bell Stone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bell Stone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bell Stone. Go Eagles!
Big Earl with...
Back in Vernon, Texas, and now a Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show with you tonight. Brock trails Bushland 27-10. And now for the Ron McDonald State Farm Insurance halftime stats, here's Eric Morris.
Well, as you can understand, it's not the best stats we've had this year, but both teams have scored in the first and second quarter. Bushland scores 20 in the first, 7 in the second. Eagles score 7 in the first and 3 in the second. They're down basically 3 scores right now. The Eagles and Falcons plays are very similar. Offensive yards, though, Bushland 249 to the Eagles 114. It's been a while since the Eagles have not led in that category. Time of possession has been fairly equal. Rush attempts, 55 yards for Bushland, -9 yards for the Eagles. Pass completions, 194 yards for Bushland, 123 for the Eagles. And if I'd have told you, Bobby, that the Eagles were going to play the first half penalty-free and be behind 20 or 17 points, you would have said, how in the world does that happen? I said, well, it's the other thing that kills you, and that's the turnovers. Eagles with 3 turnovers. Both teams approximately the same amount of first downs, the same amount of rushing and passing. But the Eagles, no penalties. Bushland has 2 penalties. And right now on the passing stats, Moody's 10 of 18 for 23, 1 touchdown but 1 interception. Reed Watkins, 3 carries, 13 yards. Brett Tutter, 5 yards. So just on your positive yards only, you got 18 yards out of your 2 top running backs in the first half. That is not normally what they do. So the Falcons have found something to do to keep the Eagles from rushing the football. On the other side, Watkins receiving his 57 yards, Hart 35 yards, Jet Jones 14, Carson Finney 10, Zach Brewster 10. And defensively, Cooper Massey 3.5 tackles, Brewster and Trace Roger 1.5 apiece. Luke Kearley, Brock Riker 1, Cam Harris 5, a half. What's going on right now is the Eagles aren't getting a lot of tackles. We got to get more tackles. Normally you have a lot more tackles than this in the first half, but of the plays that have been run, 32 plays by Bushland, it's only, this is interesting. Let me see if I can figure this out with my 5 years of college. 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 tackles that have been attributed on 32 plays. What that means is these guys are catching it and making runs, catching it and getting out of bounds. They're doing other things. We've been tackling them on the running plays, but we haven't been getting them on the passing plays, and we've got to be able to stop that somehow, and that's the Ryan McDonald State Farm halftime stats.
All right, let's take a quick glance at the Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores that we've got going. Grandview over Pottsboro. That game in the fourth quarter, Grandview leads it 29-7. Whitesboro leads Paradise at halftime 21-0, and it's Pleasant Grove over Aubrey 30-7. And just underway, the Hershey Huskies trail Glen Rose 7-0. So, Eric, we just wanted what Coach Mathis looks like he wanted to do there was just get points. We've got the ball coming out in the second half, but this is a big possession coming out.
The Eagles have got to do a sustained drive, or better yet, score within 5 plays. Last week, the Eagles scored first drive 5 plays, second drive 5 plays, third drive 5 plays. They've got to be able to get back in that rhythm. They've got to find people who are the players who are ready to make plays. And the playmakers on this team, Carson Finney and Tyler Moody and Reed Watkins and Brett Tutter, those guys have got to do stuff. They've got to step up and do things here in this second half, and they got to get time to throw the football, and that offensive line has got to be able to do it. But they've got to stay away from the turnovers. They've got to stay away from the low snaps that prevents the quarterback from being able to watch things, and that running game has got to get in gear and look for that to happen this second half. The Eagles will continue to throw the football, but something you've noticed on the Bushland side, they changed the tempo, and so far that's helped the Eagles defensively.
Jaden, let's start with what you liked about the first half.
Well, let me think on that for a little bit. I think defensively, we are getting the pressure up the middle. That is a plus. That what we needed to get. It's the coming around the edges is where we're pushing it back to them. We've got to get there. And I'm going to say what Billy said is he told those guys, you got to wake up, and that's the deal. Right now these Bushland guys are playing like they want it, and they do. They want this ball game, and we've got to match the intensity.
Eric, let's get into Chris's muffler. What needs to be fixed, in your opinion, in that second half?
Well, there's really three things of the Chris's service muffler that needs to be fixed. One is we have got – it's almost like we've said this before. They've got to get the snaps crisp back to the quarterback at least a thigh level. A thigh level is okay. Chest level is okay. Hip level is okay. Thigh level is okay. But we can't have the ball on the ground because we talked about it in the pregame show, and I've talked about it a couple of times. It's one thing to have the football touching a piece of the turf that's wet while they're out there in the pre-snap, but when you roll the ball back there or skip it back there, now it's touching a couple of more spots, and Moody is not able to grip it securely and firmly to be able to throw as accurate as he wants to be able to do. And that maybe that's causing a turnover here and there. We've got to cut down. We've got to eliminate, not cut down. We've got to eliminate the turnovers. And then defensively, we've got to get some turnovers. We haven't gotten any. We've had one chance a couple of times on a 50-50 ball, but we've not done well in those scenarios. We haven't had any penalties, so that's not a thing. But our offensive line has got to give Tyler Moody time. Our defensive line has got to get in there and rush. And Harris and Dakota Courtney have got to be able to put some pressure on the quarterback and make him think maybe they bring a blitz in there. Maybe they bring one extra person and just take a chance that they get the quarterback before he's able to let it go. And those are some things I think with the Chris Service muffler, what needs to be fixed in the second half.
Jaden, it seemed like the offense was 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15 that entire first half.
Well, real early we kind of abandoned that run up the middle just because we weren't getting much there, and it was a lot of dropping back trying to pass. We tried to set up a screen, didn't work. The thing with Tyler is they're getting back their tune, and Tyler's always had the ability to create something out of nothing. And I think the couple of those funnels you can attribute to that. He's trying to make a play, guys. And when it's probably best either one, throw it away, or two, the second one, tuck that bad boy and get what you can get and get out of there, because they've got guys coming in different directions he's never seen. That defensive line, I've never seen teams so far this year. They take 44 and 75. Sometimes they're lining up outside the tackle. Some of them are over the center, and they're going both sides of the line. They're over one tackle, they're over the other tackle. Sometimes they're on the center. So they're shifting those guys around where we can't get a good feel of, okay, this is where they're vulnerable, because they're moving them all around to where we can't find that vulnerability. On the offensive side, or on their defense, when we're on defense, I've noticed they usually have 75 on that backside playing tackle over there. They've actually pulled him out of the game. The only time you ever see him even come out and play offense is when they've got a crucial down where they need to get a pass off. They'll bring him out there and put him on Cam to try to shut Cam down. I just don't think, minus that big guy that we played at Wattsboro was a one-guy deal. We haven't seen a set of defensive linemen to cause havoc in the middle, and we've got to figure out how to adjust and get through that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at halftime in Vernon, Texas in this regional semifinal. Bushland 27, Brock 10. You're listening to the Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show.
Bilbrey Real Estate at 1130 FM 1189 is the go-to man for your next real estate transaction in Brock or the surrounding North Texas area. Have land or a home to sell? Or are you looking for a place to live in the Brock area? Call Big Earl at 325-203-2972. That's 325-203-2972. Bilbrey Real Estate says go Eagles and Lady Eagles. Brent Goff Financial Services has been serving the financial needs of individuals, families, and business owners for more than 24 years, striving to develop long-term relationships and providing viable strategies for every element of the wealth management equation. Visit Brent Goff Financial Services on 1187 in Aledo and ask him about retirement planning, financial planning, and risk management, or call him at 817-631-0816. Brent Goff Financial Services says, Go Eagles!
When you need a new roof on your home or commercial property, give Brock Roofing and Construction a call. This is April Parr, owner of Brock Roofing and proud supporter of your Brock Eagles. We are family-owned, local, and will always put relationships over transactions. Think you have hail damage? We offer free roof inspections and can answer any questions you may have about the insurance process. Find us on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, give us a call at 817-307-6153. Roll Brock.
Real estate in Texas requires attention to detail. Real estate in Parker County also requires attention to customer needs. At the Cates Group, we specialize in both. Whether it be residential, farming, ranch, or commercial, we provide the detail and service needed to get the best deal for you and to get it closed. Listing your property or finding the best deal in town? Visit us right here in Brock or check us out on our Facebook page. The Cates Group, your Brock real estate brokerage. Go Eagles and Lady Eagles from the Cates Group.
Fuzzy's Taco Shop is your one-stop taco shop for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, hang time, game time. You get the picture. Our Fuzzy's Baja-inspired tacos, nachos, burritos, and fresh salads are perfect for any time of the day. Grab your ticket stub and head into your local Weatherford Fuzzy's today or tomorrow for free chips and queso with a $5 purchase.
It's the Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show here in this regional semifinal in Vernon. Bushland 27, Brock 10. Eric, what do you want to see right out of the bat here?
I need us to score, and I need us to counterpunch. We've been taking some punches. They've come out strong in this first half, the first quarter, 20 points in the first quarter. They've slacked off to only 7 in the second quarter, but the momentum that they had in that first quarter was huge. And I talked about it in the pregame show, and we talked about it maybe even further, that they're playing for something. They're playing for something as a group. Let's play for whatever. The Eagles, they haven't had that other than the man to your right, the man to your left. Well, once the Eagles hold serve and get down there and score points and show the Bushland Falcons team we're not going anywhere, we're planning on putting up 40 or 48 points in this game. We're not scared of 27 points up on the board. I think it was 40-28 was the shallow water Bushland scored. It was a high-scoring game also. And I don't think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think the Eagles are within 30 points of how many they're going to end up scoring at the end. But that group of players on the other side, Bushland, is a long tradition of quality athletes, whether it's the volleyball team that was played in the state finals this year, the football team been doing really good, the baseball team that we played over the years. We've played Bushland in plenty of things over these years, volleyball, football, baseball, and you play them in the third and fourth round of the playoffs. This is not unusual for a Bushland contest to be occurring at this time in the third round of the playoffs. This is the region semifinals, and the Brock Eagles have been to this level every year that they've played since they became a UIL team. The only year they didn't was when they played against Jim Ned just a couple of years ago in Stephenville, and the Jim Ned team won their district 3 years in a row. Bushland is the team that put Jim Ned out this year, and here we are playing against the Falcons again. We've had an overtime game against Bushland in football. We've had tough games against Bushland in volleyball. We've had to go to 3 games, the third game in baseball against them in different things. Those are similar kids over there on their side as we have on our side, and the community is strong. The history of their sports is strong, but Bushland's been playing good quality sports for a long time, and it's no different this year.
Jaden, it's not a must-score situation here coming out in halftime, but it's extremely important we get something going.
I would think that Billy in the locker room is going to tell you it's a must score. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they've kicked the JV out of the locker room, and I'm sure there's some hard conversations being had. And I mean, this is it, guys. You don't win this, you go home. So you got to dig down deep and go find it. And, you know, if you want to play next week, you know what? You got 17 points in front of you got to make up, and you got to come out of blaring. So.
Eric, there's been some memorable third-round matchups for the Eagles. They're 7-1 all-time. 2014, they beat Wall 21-20 on a missed field goal, and then, as you mentioned, 2019, Bushland Brock wins it, but in overtime, 2017.
Yep, in Iowa Park, that was a great game. That's the first overtime game that Coach Worrell said he'd ever played in, and nobody knew what to do. Where do we go? Where do we count? Where do we start? And Eagles were able to come away with that win against Bushland. And we played Bushland. I think this is the fourth or fifth time we played Bushland. We played them twice in 1 year. We played them twice. The year that we had the overtime game, we'd already played them earlier in the season. But we've played them in all other kinds of sports too. But this third round is a tough round because the next round means you win it, you go to the state semifinals. So this round is to get to the region finals. The Eagles have been in a situation all year. Did those first 4 games, did they matter? Was it better to go 15-0 going into the state championship game? Well, Bushland only has one loss on their side, and that was to Shallow Water, who lost out to Paradise last week. I really thought when you have a team like Paradise that's able to take care of Shallow Water, what did they do? What did Shallow Water do to Bushland? We have the talent and the athletes to do the same thing to Bushland that Shallow Water did to them. But on the other hand, Bushland did score 34 points or something, 28 points or something in that game. So they did score quite a few points. They've got 27 points here. 20 of those points were in the first quarter on 3 turnovers, with 3 turnovers total in the game in the first half for the Eagles. We've got to cut those things out, but don't think that that's not a proud group of players over there. Don't think that Dawson Jaco doesn't remember his brother losing to Brock over the years in football and baseball. So there's a lot of animosity. Hey, we're using Brock's defense that they ran with Worrell's group, and we're gonna beat Brock with Brock's defense. Well, the trouble with Brock's defense that they used to run is it's susceptible to right up the middle. If you can get past that first level, I talked to Coach Mathis about that in the pregame show. The other problem is it puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And you can remember all those Brock defensive teams, how they shifted at the line of scrimmage right before the hut. Right before the hut, they would shift. And it causes the offensive line to have to change calls from what they say at the beginning. And I'm sure Coach Brewster is talking to them right now about how to handle those particular offensive line adjustments. Because when you have the defensive line moving, you have to change where your double team is. You have to change where your down blocking is. You have to change your zone blocking. It's going to be different in who's picking up who. But basically, I'm sure whoever's got number 75 in front of them and number 44 in front of them are going to need a help from either the right or the left, and they got to be able to make those different calls. And once they get that situated, once Coach Christensen is able to figure out and put together the type of plays that are going to work against this Falcon defense, then I think the Eagles still have 40 points ready to come in this second half.
Jaden, scheme-wise, what are you looking to switch up in the second half?
I think it's just that we've got to figure out that shift up front, and then also defensively we have got to get pressure coming around those edges. We are pushing the middle a little bit, but we've got to figure out whether it's blitz off the edges, whatever. We got to get that quarterback off his spot. The longer you give that guy to stand there and think about it, the better he throws it. He is a very athletic quarterback. He's, you know, the Whitesboro quarterback's a bigger, probably more athletic guy, but this guy might even throw a better ball than he did. We've got to get him off his spot, and we got to make him think about standing back there too long, that somebody's fixing to hit him if he doesn't get rid of it.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. That has been a Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show. Coming up is the second half kickoff in this regional final. We're at halftime. Bushland 27, Brock 10.
For over 33 years, Lightfoot Mechanical has been providing prompt, professional, and friendly service to their customers throughout North Texas. Lightfoot Mechanical is the area's premier choice for air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical services. Backed by their exclusive lifetime workmanship warranty and their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call Lightfoot Mechanical today, 817-596-0309, or stop by 1026 Fort Worth Highway, or visit them online at lightfootmechanical.com.
Greetings to all you fans of the Brock Eagles. This is Mr. Jim from MrJims.Pizza. Nothing goes together better than Eagles football and Mr. Jims.Pizza. Go to MrJims.Pizza. That's MrJims.Pizza and order now. Use the code EAGLES and get 15% off your entire order. Go Eagles!
Pathway Rehabilitation Sports Therapy in Brock offers all forms of therapy such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Pathway Rehabilitation has been providing the highest quality rehab services to patients in acute care, skilled nursing, home health, sport, and orthopedic rehab since 2014. Give them a call at 940-490-0022 or visit their website at pathwayrehab.net. Wishing Brock the best of luck in tonight's game. Go Eagles from Pathway Rehabilitation.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Dr. Chris Wusterhausen, the owner of the Research Clinic. When I founded the Research Clinic in 2008, my goal was to help as many Parker County residents achieve maximal health both physically as well as mentally. The Research Clinic is proud to offer bioidentical hormone replacement, vitamin IV infusions, a vast array of cosmetic procedures, stem cell and PRP therapies, as well as concierge medicine. If you're ready to see what the Research Clinic has to offer you, give us a call at 817-599-9902 or go to theresearchclinic.com.
Welcome back to Vernon, Texas, and this regional semifinal getting set to kick off here in this second half. A Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Now, Jaden, it's all on the line right now. I'm sure the message from Mathis for the seniors was it all has to get going immediately. Your whole football future is at stake.
Well, that message is happening right now out on the field with this receiving team. He's talking to them right now about it, and these guys have been coaching them hard, trying to get them in position. Now it's up to these guys. We got Trace down here working on the snap with Moody, so we got to fire on all cylinders.
Getting set to kick here in this third quarter. First half stats, if you weren't with us, Tyler Moody, 10 of 18, 123 yards passing, 1 touchdown to 1 interception. The biggest thing, Brock had 8 possessions in that first half. 3 of them were turnovers. The 7th possession was a turnover on downs. Back deep for the Eagles is Tutter and Cannon Stevens.
Bobby, the rain's picking up out here again, probably raining a little bit harder than it has the whole game right now.
How about the wind, Jade? Is it still swirling?
It doesn't seem quite as bad. I mean, the flagpoles are moving. Maybe you just get used to it, but the moisture's definitely getting harder.
All right, Eagles fans, we hope you're having a great Thanksgiving weekend and settled in with that extra piece of pumpkin pie or that extra turkey and dressing. We're underway in the second half. Brock trails at 27-7. Cannon Stevens with the head of steam, and Brock will have good field position. They will begin from their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Rushing-wise, Reed Watkins, 3 for 13 yards. He had 3 catches, 57 yards out of the backfield. Brett Tutter, 3 carries, only 5 yards. Brock sets up 1st and 10 from their own 42. And let's see if we can light the fire right here, gentlemen. Moody will bring him onto the field. It's Finney and Brewster to the far side. Jet Jones, single receiver near side. Watkins Tutter in motion, empty set, backfield, penalty flags fly, false start, and just like that, Eric, we're behind the chains.
Yeah, we just talked about all the great no penalties in the first half, and we start up first play with a penalty. But it's good to see Jayden, DOC call the sidelines. That's number 10 and number 2 down there on the field.
Yes, sir. Brewster's got his helmet. He's out there going to give it a go, and it looks like a kind of shook out the cobwebs he had going from that try to catch it a while ago. So we got every man on deck.
Jones and Brewster to the far side. We got a jump, and once again, it looked like the Eagles moved. Let's see if things sorted out. Movement
He's
from
pointing that
both.
way. He's pointing the other direction.
Both of them moved. Let's see what.
Where's our free play is what I want to know.
Offsides, and we'll reset this at the 42-yard line, 1st down 10.
All right, I'm not even going to write down anything. I'm going to start from where I was.
Just underway in the second half of this regional semifinal from Vernon, Texas. Bushland 27, Brock 10. First possession of the half for the Eagles. 3 wide receivers for Moody, 2 right and 1 left. Snap goes up, whistles, and flags again on that far side.
Okay, I was talking about the knee pads to the chest. Knee pads to chest. Keep it between the knee pads and the chest on the snap. Now they're going to mark off another 5.
It is false start again for the Eagles. 1st down 15.
We
from
haven't
their
run a play
37.
yet, Bobby.
There's been 3 flags to start this second half. From the 37, 1st and 15 Eagles. Same setup. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Tutter, the lone back. He lines up to Moody's left-hand side. Snap back. Moody's going to keep it. He's hit. And he's going to be dropped. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up second down 15.
Fuentes is in there again for the Falcons. They don't get much out of it. Moody with the quarterback keeper. He fakes the outside zone to Tutter, but it just goes nowhere.
No gain on the play. Second down 15. Cotton Tanner in. He'll join Carson Finney on the far side as twins. Here on the near side, Jet Jones, Zach Brewster. From the 37, Moody straight drop. Looking on the post. Caught Jet Jones inside Falcons territory. He's down to the 45-yard line. It's a Redfin Pools Eagle first and 10.
They crossed the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard line, and that's 5, 13, 18 yards on that pickup.
Tempo now for the Eagles. First and 10 from the Falcon 45. Eric is a quarterback. Moody's got the talent. Just let it fly. You got to trust it.
Yep, that's exactly right. Just do it. Do what you do.
Moody, one clap. Inside, give Tutter. Let's see if he can get going. Bouncing off tacklers. Tutter to the 35-30, 25-20. A good block downfield. Brett Tutter's broke it. No flags on the field. There's the strike you're looking for in the second half.
45 yards. Brett Tutter with the handoff. He got bottled up right there at the line of scrimmage. But once he found that there was nobody on his left side, he gets outside. What a block downfield. Who was that downfield? Was that Jones or Tanner?
Jaden, who was that?
That was Finney doing that block downfield.
Finney, what a block down there.
Pancake block for Carson Finney.
He didn't use his hands, so he would get called for holding. He used his body to block it.
Dale's Pest Control extra point. Brody Baker's up good. 10:47 remains in this Comfort Kitchen. Third quarter. Now Bushland 27, Brock 17.
Riverstone Veterinary Hospital in Brock offers a complete range of veterinary services, including routine vaccinations, hospitalization, critical care, major and minor surgery, dental services, and emergency calls. Dr. Ryan Cate and his staff at Riverstone Veterinary Hospital specialize in large and small animal care and also offer boarding services. Visit Riverstone Veterinary Hospital at 1421 FM 1189 in Brock, Riverstone Veterinary Hospital. Online at riverstonevet.com.
The Brock Eagles offense has lit the fuse. It's Brock Eagles football, and it's presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. Quick strike there, Eric.
I hate to say that it was 4 plays. It was really only 1 play. It was offsides, false start, offsides. When they finally got going, Moody took 1 play to go up the middle on the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, but they finally get it to Brett Tutter from 45 yards out, and he gets in the end zone, and the Eagles get the Texas title touchdown.
Dr. Gleaton eye care kick, a pooch kick by Brody Baker that will hit at the 30. Still bouncing around at the 25. Still bouncing around. The Eagles signal they have it, and they do.
The turnovers in the first half, 3 for the Eagles, 0 for the Falcons. And now the Eagles have touched the ball, scored, come back, kickoff, and they get the ball at the 23-yard line going in.
Wow, what a way to start the second half. Momentum has shifted to the home side. Brock will take over at the Falcon 22-yard line, first and 10.
The special teams comes through again. He just kicks it out in no man's land. Nobody calls a fair catch, and the ball just lands, and they don't try to pick it up and just let it bounce and let somebody else get it. And by the time somebody decided they were going to pick it up, it was already too late. The Eagles were down there quick.
First down, 10 Eagles from the Falcon 22. Moody's got them set, fake the inside give. Moody's hit and dropped in the backfield. A 3-yard loss back to the 26-yard line. Second down, 13.
That play is a setup play. You'll see later as the game goes on, Dawson Jaco will be doing similarly. He will be trying to run the ball on the other side. Even though you can give it to the running back or throw the football, you got to throw some of those plays in every once in a while. And last time they ran that play, the next play went for a 45-yard touchdown.
Cotton Tanner checks in. Jackson Hart out. Double bunch formation for the Eagles right and left. They send a receiver in motion. That's Finney. And he's going to heave it, fire a fastball in, intended for Zach Brewster, incomplete. And now just like that, third down, 12.
Well, the only problem with running the quarterback from the shotgun position is when the defense gets in there quick, you have a loss of yardage. So we've already behind the chains on the first down. Now we're behind the chains after second down, third and 13, 14 yards. But we're still within Brody Baker field goal distance right now. Even so, I would make sure they at least try 4 or 5 yards on this play. Not necessarily get the first down, but enough to get inside Brody Baker range.
Brock's second possession of the second half. They face third down, 13 from the Falcon 26. Watkins the lone back. He lines up to Moody's right-hand side. Fake the inside give. Here comes the rush. Moody steps into it. Pass delivered to Brewster down to the 16-yard line. A great throw and catch. That's going to set up fourth down. And let's see, 4 yards for the Eagles.
Well, here we are already in the Comfort Kitchen third quarter, and the Eagles now inside the Clear Fork Pharmacy red zone for the first time today.
All right, Coach Christensen, where's that 4th down 4 play? Brock offense stays on the field from the Falcons 17. Hard count, no movement. 9:34 and counting in a Comfort Kitchen third quarter. And Coach Mathis will take a Texas butane timeout. We'll take one with them. 9:29 remains third quarter. Bushland 27, Brock 17.
Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford is always committed and supportive of the community and the youth of Brock, and would like to invite you and your family out to visit their new family-owned dealership on I-20 West in Weatherford. Besides, everyone and their dog knows Roger Williams makes the best deals. Go Eagles from Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. We've got a banger here in Vernon. Bushland 27, Brock 17, 9:29 remains third quarter.
Well, if you trust your defense, and I know Coach Mathis does, and I can hear him saying to the defense, not another yard do they get on our defense. He's going to trust the defense. He's going to put Brody Baker out there, and let's just test the waters. Don't even think that they don't have a fake field goal. They've tried to run fake field goals throughout the season. They just haven't come up yet. So here we go, Brody Baker.
As you were saying in the break, a field goal would make it a one-possession ball game. This from 34 yards out. Moody will spot it at the 24-yard line. He's hit from 31. Snap back. They're going to kick it. Brody Baker, plenty of distance on this. It's up. It is a one-possession ball game. 9:25 remains in this Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Bushland 27, Brock 20.
Do you have some honey-do projects that don't ever seem to get done? Or maybe you're looking to build your dream home. Terry can do anything from changing out your light bulbs to building you that magnificent custom home. This is Michelle Harkness with Terry's Tool Belt. We are proud members of the Brock community and members of the Brock Business Connections. Check out our website at terrystoolbelt.com or give Terry a call at 817-360-6368 to see what we have to offer. Let us help you make your dream projects come to life and get rid of your honey-do list. Go Eagles!
Back in Vernon, Texas for this regional semifinal, Brody Baker just added a 34-yard field goal to make it Bushland 27, Brock 20.
Well, on the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, that was, we got the football at 10:44, and it took a minute and 15 seconds off the clock, 4 plays, for the Brody Baker 44-yard field goal, and the Eagles are back in this game quick, and here comes Brody Baker again.
Dr. Gleaton Eye Care kick off time now. Brody Baker, a high-hanging pooch kick. It was trouble in the first one. Hell, they wrangle it in. 2 Falcons collide. They're able to wrangle it in at their own 34-yard line, and for the first time this second half, we'll see Dawson Jaco. DOC Holmes called to the sideline. That's the start we needed there, Jaden.
Yeah, I would say, Billy said, well, I promise you we're going to come out hitting the second half. That's Billy Mathis football right there, guys.
From the 34, here comes Jaco and company. 1st and 10. Jaco was 8 of 16 in that first half, 194 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Come on.
He's got 3 wide receivers. Inside give, Soto. He bounces it outside. Look at the Eagle pursuit. And Carson Finney, Zach Brewster, Cam Harris, Cooper Massey converge on him. A gain of 1, second down 9 to the 35.
Dawson Jaco is going to have to run a few times because right now the Eagles are keying on that back Soto. They've got 5 DBs out there right now to cover. Kearley, Brewster, Watkins, Finney, and Bramlett.
Man in motion, he gets it on a jet sweep to the far side. Brock strings it out, and they've got him on the far side. No gain on the play. 3rd down 9. Great pursuit by the Brock Eagles.
We talked about the Eagles using the pass to set up the run. The Falcons use the run to set up the pass. Here comes a pass from Bushland.
Tempo now for Bushland, and flags fly. It looked like they were early down there. False start will be a call against the Falcons. Back them up 5. Now 3rd down 14. This home crowd of the Eagles on their feet and loud.
We haven't seen a game like that. Go ahead, Jaden.
Feel this momentum down there shifting, guys. It's happening right now. We get this stop, we're shifting this thing.
It hasn't been like this since the Paradise and Whitesboro games earlier this season, and before that, the Gunner game. But now we've got something to play for, something to fight for. This is exactly what I was talking about in the pregame, is finding the Eagles something to fight for, and I guarantee you, Coach Mathis and Coach Brewster just gave them something to fight for in the locker room.
From the 30-yard line, 3rd and 14. Here comes the Eagle rush. Jaco steps up over the middle. Pass is caught. That's a big-time play there made by Tate Butcher inside Eagle territory down to the 49.
That's a good play by Jaco, throwing the ball quick tempo. Here's what they did in the first quarter right here.
Here comes tempo. Inside give, Soto. And once again, he just pushes the pile forward for 4 yards down to the Eagle 44.
When you run the ball, you're trying to get the Eagles to bring the defense to bring another person up to the line of scrimmage, and then when they have less people in coverage, then you throw it.
He's got him set again. 2nd down, 5. They gave him 5 on that. A quick out on the far side is incomplete. And now once again, Jaco will face 3rd down from the Eagle 44-yard line. We're at the 7:42 mark of a Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Brock trails Bushland 27-20.
They got 5 yards with Soto last time. They only need 5 here. There's no way they're punting the football back to the Eagles. Now they know the Eagles have got their offense in gear, and Coach Christensen has found some weaknesses in that Bushland Falcon defense.
Coach Mullenix dialing up this defense on a huge 3rd down, 5. He's got him set. Jaco, a straight drop, looking left side. He's got a man, but he overshoots him on the far side. Pass falls incomplete. Now 4th down, 5. So the Falcons are at the 44.
Punt team.
And here comes the punt unit.
Punt unit, anyways, which the punt unit is the quarterback, is the punter. Look for anything, and now I don't think the Eagles are going to do much of a rush other than the 4 guys of the down linemen. Everybody else is going to be in coverage, and Watkins is playing deep.
Nobody back for the Eagles. Jaco stands at his own 46. Rugby-style kick here. He just kind of pooches it here to the near side. Watkins lets it go. Takes a Falcons bounce inside the Brock 20 and down to the 14-yard line. And let's bring out this Brock Eagles offense. Momentum has clearly shifted.
Well, when you have a situation in the first half, when you're playing for something, at some point that runs out. And right now the Eagles have got what they're playing for. Coach Brewster and Coach Mathis reminded them what they're playing for. And I guarantee you something was similar to look to the man and look to your left. Look at those seniors. You seniors, you look at these juniors. And we get out there and play football. Let's start this thing off right.
Here comes Moody and company. Mark it at their own 13-yard line. 1st down, 10. He's got Tutter with him to his right. Finney, lone receiver on this side. Jet Jones to the far side. Snap on the ground again. Picked up. Give it to Tutter. Tutter up to the 15. 2 yards there for Brett Tutter, 2nd and 8.
When I was down on the field last week for my 20, 30-second interviews that I was doing with the players and the coaches, I stood next to Brett Tutter, and he's not the size I thought he was. He's bigger than I thought he was. He's not going to be an easy person to bring down. He needs to use his pinball machine and spin around on those guys.
Give him 2 on 1st down, 2nd down, 8 straight drop. Moody all day to throw, deep middle into coverage intended for Carson Finney. The pass falls incomplete, and now the Brock Eagles face 3rd down, 8.
Like you've heard plenty of times, if you've been around football, when you throw the football, 3 things can happen. 2 of them are bad. 1 of them has happened in the first quarter. That time, the other one happened, and you want the completion, not the interception or the incompletion. And the Eagles have got to make up something right here to be able to do to get out of this hole.
Jackson Hart checks back in. Cotton Tanner out. 6:49 is remaining on the McGuire team. Clark Real Estate third quarter scoreboard. Brock trails by 7. 3rd down, 8. Moody straight drop. Here comes the rush. Deep right side in coverage. Nobody there. Incomplete. He was looking out there for Brewster, and now 4th down in a punting situation for the Eagles.
It looked like it just wasn't the throw that Moody wanted to make. He got it out there looking for maybe a mismatch or interference call. And now Moody is going to be almost on his own end zone line as he punts the football.
Falcons returner will stand just inside the Blue Eagle construction midfield mark. Now he'll move up to the 40. Line drive kick for Moody. Takes a
go.
good Eagles bounce inside Falcon territory. They'll be downed up around the 44-yard line. And this Brock Eagles defense will be brought back on again, asking for a big stop.
Well, 7 points is not something that you're scared of trying to make up. And when it was 27-7, okay, that was something. Now it's 27-20. Now the Eagles know they just need to play their own game and score another 14 points in this second half and do what they need to do offensively and defensively. Here you go, Trace Rogers. Here you go, Hunter Fay. Let's get out there, Harris.
From their own 44-yard line, Jaco's got him set with 4 receivers inside. Gives Soto trying the left off of left tackle, and he's successful for a gain of 5 up to the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard stripe. Second down 5.
I'm sure the Falcons think the only way we can let the Eagles back into this game is if we have a turnover.
Fake the inside give. Jaco keeps it. He's got a Falcons first down inside the Eagle 45 down to the 43-yard line. Hunkapiller was there. Trace Rogers going to come out. Brock Riker checks in, as well as Dakota Courtney. The Falcons first and 10 from the Eagle 43.
Football is a physical game. Coach Mathis always talks about wanting to make sure his team is the most physical on the field. And if they want to be that, they better step it up right now.
First down 10. Jaco's got him set. It's a straight drop. Pump fakes. Now on the far side. Back shoulder throw falls incomplete. And it brings up second down 10.
Baylor King just having a tough time with that wrap on his right thumb and the glove on his left hand catching the football. It's not just been him. The pass has been off a little bit each time.
Second down 10. Jaco will have 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Soto lines up to his right, straight drop. Here comes the shuttle pass. Soto picks it. Hunter Fay levels him inside the 40 down to the 39. That's a gain of around 4 yards, and it brings up third down 6 for the Falcons.
Soto just met number 54 that time. And the Eagles defense needs to hold right here. Research Clinic third down stop needed for your Eagles.
We keep saying it, big third down after big third down. This one sets at the Eagles' 39-yard line. 5:21 and counting, third quarter. Bushland 27, Brock 20. Jaco, 3 wide receivers left and 1 right. Soto in motion, empty set now. Looks to Soto, now slits up the far side, slip screen. The Eagles wrangle him in there. Cam Harris read it. A gain down to the Eagle 37. It sets up 4th down 4, decision time for Bushland. Baylor King on the reception. Tempo now. Jaco's bringing them straight to the line on 4th down 4. The home crowd's on their feet. Hard count, no movement. Let's see if they change the play. Jaco looking to the sideline. Coach Josh Reynolds, in his 3rd season, gets the play in. Offense stays on the field on 4th and 4. He's got him set. Soto in motion. Straight drop. Looking, deep right side. 2 Brock Eagles are there. Pass caught, but he's out of bounds. And the Eagles have held. They'll take over at their own 44.
Zach Brewster read that play like a tip spot book. He was telling Bramlett outside, here's coming that out and up. Get ready for it for the gangster route. And Finney comes over there to help out, but he was inbounds, and then the receiver was out of bounds. The Eagles get the football on the 37 going out.
The O.C. Holmes call to the sideline. Jaden, how's the mood down there?
Well, I helped the ref make that call holding the hot chocolate. I made sure to let him know that he was out of bounds. He was right here. Now, the mood, I mean, everybody's they're locked in right now, guys. They're feeling it.
Third, first down 10 from the Eagle 37. 2 right, 2 left. Moody's going to throw it. Deep slant. Jet Jones caught it. Inside Falcons territory. Down to the 45-yard line. It's a Redfin Pools Eagle first down.
Jet Jones has just been making play after play. He gets past the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard line, and here come the Eagles. Wait till he gets set, Tyler.
Tempo now for your Eagles on 1st and 10. We got a free play here. Shows it over the middle. Pass caught. Down to the 35-yard line goes Brewster. That's a Redfin Pools Eagle first down. There was no flags on that. I couldn't believe there wasn't a Falcon offsides. Tempo again for the Eagles on 1st and 10. Now this side they get him to jump. Free play, he's going to heave it deep right side. He's got a man, just overshoots him. But the Falcons have moved. It should be an offsides and a first down 5 for the Eagles.
We've been trying to get that free play for a while, but every time they've thrown the flag, they've blown the whistle and stopped the play on the unabated to the quarterback decision. That time, Moody gets the opportunity to throw it. He throws it out there just over the outstretched arms of the receiver, but the Eagles get to move up 5. First and 5 now.
He was looking for Jet Jones on that play. The penalty's going to take it down to Bushland's 29-yard line. First down 5. Jones to the far side. Watkins is in. Finney at receiver. Brewster on that far side will make trips. Watkins lines up to his left and he'll get it. Here comes the junior. He pounds away down to the 26-yard line. That sets up second down 2.
Watkins wants the football. Give me the football. The Eagles using the pass to set up the run. They just haven't had the run yardage that they usually have, but they're about to start that trick right now. Here we go.
Hard count by Tyler Moody. No movement this time from the Falcons. Second down 2. From the Bushland Falcons 26-yard line. High snap. Here comes Watkins. He gets it straight ahead. Pounds away for a Redfin Pools first down. Down to the Falcons 22-yard line. 3:18 and counting. In a Comfort Kitchen third quarter, Brock on the move. They trail 27-20. Another hard count and no movement. He'll look over to the offensive coordinator, Blake Christensen. Watkins moves over to Moody's right-hand side. He's got 3 wide receivers still over there. Give it inside to Watkins. He's got room, dragging a tackler down to the 16-yard line. Watkins has 5 yards there.
Watkins now gets inside the Clear Fork Pharmacy red zone. It's the second time the Eagles have been there, and the Eagles are running the football like we thought they would.
He's got him set again, same setup. Hard count, no movement, 3 wide receivers on the far side. An extremely important drive for your Brock Eagles here. It sets at the Falcons 17, second and 5. Straight drop, inside give. They found something with Watkins. He's got it down to the 11. Another Redfin Pools Eagle first down. It's a first and 10 for the Falcons 11.
The run is what the Eagles have been looking for, trying to get that pass to set up the run, and here they go.
He's got him set again. Another hard count. Watkins will set to Moody's left-hand side. The home crowd behind their Eagles. They're on their feet. Straight drop, inside give. Now Watkins, he's got the corner. 10, Watkins tucks it back inside, and we've got a yellow flag sitting at the 2. And let's see if they get this Eagle receiver on this side for a hold.
Hold, guys.
It's going to be a spot foul. If they're calling it on the 2-yard line.
5.
Jackson Hart was out there. They're trying to sort this one out.
Well, Mathis is going to be in the ref huddle. He's going to be helping them out on making the call.
Yeah. It's going to be against the Eagles. They're going to mark this one off. We're at the 2:01 mark of a Comfort Kitchen third quarter. A great third quarter if you're an Eagles fan. They've cut the Bushland lead to 27-20. The foul will take the Eagles back to the Bushland 17-yard line. Still first down, but a first down 17. Cotton Tanner will run off to the far side. This is Jet Jones and Zach Brewster to the near side.
The Watkins play's been working, Bobby.
Yep, Watkins the lone back, and he lines up to the left-hand side of the senior quarterback. Straight drop. They're going to set up a screen. Watkins has it. Great call to the 10. Cuts it back. Watkins still pushing defenders down to the 6-yard line. He gets most of that penalty yards back. It's going to make it second down 4 for the Eagles. Second down 5,
They can get a first down without scoring right at the 1-yard line. It's not second and goal. It's second and 5. And Reed Watkins picks up 11 yards on that screenplay.
Good drive by your Brock Eagles. It sets at the Falcons 6, second down 5.
10th play of the drive coming up right here.
Watkins the lone back, straight drop. Moody looking, deep slant. Pass falls incomplete. Pass intended for Carson Finney. Now third down 5.
There were 2 receivers in that area, Brewster and Finney. Brewster run the option route, and Finney ran the quick slant. He throws it to Finney, and the defender just had enough outstretched arm to be able to knock the ball down. And the Eagles they only need to get to the 1 or 2 yard line for a first down. They don't have to score on this play to get a new set of downs.
Third down 5. Moody's got him set. No movement on a hard count. He's got 3 wide receivers to the far side. Jackson Hart check back in for Cotton Tanner. Watkins the lone back. It sits at the Bushland 6. Watkins is going to get it, looking for a block. Cuts it back inside. Watkins pushes. Watkins is in for the Eagle touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of knotting this game.
Well, we talked about holding off the surge. It's just like a tug-of-war where the other team has all the big, but you got all the sustainability. And the big pulls. But at some point, the sustainability of the other side, the conditioning of the other side is going to take hold. And the Eagles, Watkins gets in for the Texas title touchdown. I got to see Brody Baker tie it up on the Dale's Pest Control extra point.
The right-footed kicker approaches, is up. It's good, folks. 1:17 remains in this Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Brock 27, Bushland 27. Don't leave this one.
Teskey's Saddle Shop is one of the most trusted names in the Western industry. With over 100,000 square feet of bits and spurs, saddle, tack and feed, and supplies, they also have the latest Western fashion in the boutique with names such as Cinch, Wrangler, Ariat, North Face, STS, and many more. And don't forget about Teskey's Outdoors with everything from hunting gear, ammunition, scopes, and all the best in outdoor wear. Call 599-3400 or visit them online at teskeys.com.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. What a third quarter we've had here in Vernon in this regional semifinal, now knotted at 27.
Well, we started out on the 37-yard line going out on the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, and the Eagles go 11 plays, 3 minutes and 14 seconds, and Reed Watkins gets the Texas title touchdown from 6 yards out.
Dr. Gleaton Eye Care kickoff time. It's called on that far side. They throw a flag on that.
I think he caught it out of bounds.
Pretty close on that far side. Nonetheless, out of bounds at the 20. Free kick, the call
If he
out
did
of
that
bounds.
on purpose, that's a smart play of standing out of bounds, catching the football. I've seen that a couple of times where they have 1 foot out, 1 foot in. In high school, you want to have both feet out.
Where's our replay system?
Where's a replay? You know, that's next year's program.
It's a Fathom Inc. broadcast booth. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, and Jaden Winfrey on this regional semifinal. It has been a great one. We're knotted at 27. Bushland brings their offense onto the field, 1st and 10 from their own 30. 1:15 remains in a Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Jaco claps once. It's a straight drop. Looking. He's in trouble back there. The Eagles have him. He escapes. He's rolling right. Hunkapiller in pursuit. Fires near side. And after all that, it's a pass completion up to the 33.
For 2 yards.
For 2 yards.
Maybe
Wow.
3. Maybe 3.
Looked like Harris had him on that far side, but Jaco escapes. Now they go tempo. 2nd and 7 from their 33. 4 wide receivers. Give it to Soto. Soto dragging a tackler up to the 36-yard line. Trace Roger brought him down. Brings up 3rd down 4.
Yeah, he got 3 yards. So 3 yards and 3 yards is 6 yards. The Eagles getting in there. Come on, Faye. Let's go, Trace Roger. Cam Harris, come on. Call your number. I'm going to call 44.
Soto will line up on the far side slot. Empty backfield now on 3rd and 4. Let's see if this Eagles defense can get to him. Pressure off the far side. Here comes Kearley. Hits him. Tip. Watkins. Intercept. They're going to rule it incomplete.
Oh, my God.
Almost a play of the year from Watkins. It's
Mathis
incomplete.
is talking about it right there.
It's incomplete, so
Who
the
saw
Falcons
it?
have 4th down 4. Watkins dove for the interceptions. It was tipped at the line. 26 seconds remain, and a punt time situation for the Falcons. My gracious.
What a big play coming off the edge.
DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Jaden, what do you have?
Hey, quarterback went off the field. He's not punting. He shook his head and get me off, guys. He's hurting.
The
Dawson.
punter will stand at his 25-yard line. Jaco to the sideline. High hanging kick. This is
Get
a
away.
pretty kick. Watkins will take it, a fair catch at the 30-yard line, and the Eagles offense is on the field again. A huge defensive stand by your Brock Eagles defense.
They finally get a call of a blitz coming up from that left side. And they hit Dawson Jaco and knock him down, and Jaco wasn't able to come out to punt that time, which, you know, they may just be saving him for later, and let's look at him and see what's going on. But they knew that wasn't going to be a fake punt, and the Eagles get the ball 30-yard line going out. Here we go.
All right, third quarter now. We're at the 21-second remaining mark of this Comfort Kitchen third. Moody has them set. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Tutter, the lone back. Moody's got him set. He claps once, fake the inside give, looking deep post. Finney caught it at the 50. Finney's running away at the 30. A track meet at the 20. Nobody's catching him. It's a 70-yard house call. Moody to Finney. Wow!
11 seconds off the clock. If you want to know how long it takes to do a drop back pass and a throw, Moody to Finney. We thought that was going to be there. We thought they were going to try to run out the time so the Eagles would have it into the wind. But the Eagles, 11 seconds, and Moody to Finney from the track meet again for the Texas title touchdown. And this thing has turned as Brody Baker gets out there for the Dale's Pest Control extra point.
Here comes the senior kicker. Moody will hold it. Good snap. Good hold. The kick is up. It is good. 10 seconds remain on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate third quarter scoreboard. Brock 34, Bushland 27.
For over 25 years, Texas Tire Sales has been the tire, wheel, and complete auto repair shop that Parker County residents turn to for fast, friendly service and top quality new and used tires at discount prices. Texas Tire Sales stocks over 10,000 tires and carries most all major brands including Toyo, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, and many more. Visit Texas Tire Sales at 905 Fort Worth Highway. Buy local at Texas Tire Sales. Texans serving Texans since 1990.
What a regional semifinal we have here in Vernon, Texas. 10 seconds remain in the third quarter. Now Brock 34, Bushland 27.
Well, how about that Plains Capital Bank? The scoring drive summary, one play from the 30-yard line after the punt. There was no yardage for the Sonic Drive-In return yardage, and now the Eagles score on 11 seconds, one play from 70 yards out.
Dr. Gleaton, eye care kick. Brody Baker, look out now. They got to get him caught. Oh, he's broken free to midfield. A flag flies, and they're going to save it. It's going to be a touchdown for the Falcons. Another late flag flies. It sits back at the Bushland 35. Looks to be holding here on this near side, Jaden. What do you think?
We've got a hold for sure. They tackled our guy. He's laying on top of him. Ref caught it. It's a hold. It's coming back.
It is definitely a hold to call. Your heart skipped for a moment.
Well, you saw him right there at the 35-yard line. He threw the yellow flag right where the infraction occurred, and the Eagles right now got a big break, and here comes the fourth quarter coming up after this. We're going to call this are they going to finish the play, one more play in this quarter, or are they going to go ahead and finish it out?
So they got to play one last play since it was on the kickoff or the receiving team. They're going to mark it at the 25-yard line of the Falcons. We'll have one more play in this third quarter.
Well, you know, I was thinking about the Comfort Kitchen today because we didn't have Comfort Kitchen up here in the broadcast booth, but I had Comfort Kitchen all day yesterday. Thank you for all the turkeys and the dressing and the potatoes and everything. You guys got us. But what about the Comfort Kitchen third quarter today, boys? Because the Eagles dominated the third quarter. Let's go to the Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter right back after this on Brock Sports Network.
This is Heath Wallace, owner of Wallace Spray Foam and Ameritex Concrete Services. For over 22 years, I've used the philosophy, do it right or don't do it at all. Same is true with Ameritex Concrete Services. Let Wallace do your next spray foam or concrete job to show you how it's done right. Visit us at wallacesprayfoam.com or call 817-992-1871.
You need to call Wallace Spray Foam. You need to call Wallace Spray Foam.
We're back here in Vernon. They had to run one more play off in that third quarter. They give it to Soto straight ahead for two. And now we take it to a Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter. Brock 34, Bushland 27.
I love Willow Park Baptist Church. The minute you walk in the doors, they love you like your family.
My life has been changed because of this church.
When you're here, it's special. It really can't be described.
I'm Pastor Clark Bozier. I want to invite you and your family to come and be a part of the incredible things God is doing here. We would love to meet you this Sunday morning at 8:30, 10, or 11:30, or at our evening service at 6 p.m.
Find more information at willowparkbaptist.org. Willow Park Baptist Church, a church on an eternal mission.
Fathom Inc. is proud to sponsor the Brock Eagles and is locally owned and operated, specializing in high-quality printing for schools, churches, and businesses. custom printed apparel, embroidery, banners, promotional items, and fundraising and spiritware stores, Fathom Inc. will do everything in their power to make sure each order meets their high standards of quality, competitive pricing, and quick delivery time. Call 855-778-4548 for Fathom Inc. If you can fathom it, they can ink it.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. What a regional semifinal this has been. Let's go to Ability Real Estate, fourth quarter. Second down, 8 for the Falcons. Back to pass, deep right side. Pass is incomplete, intended for Baylor King. And that now makes the Falcons face a third down, 8. Baylor King has been his go-to all season. He's got a hand cast. He's going to run off to the far side as Dawson Jaco, the junior, will face a third down, 8. Let's watch this Brock Eagles defense get after him here.
Research Clinic third down. Research Clinic third down coming up here.
Jaco's got him set. Here comes Cam Harris and the gang. Deep right side. Incomplete. Cale Bramlin in coverage over there. And it's going to bring up fourth down, 8. And here comes the punt unit for the Falcons.
When I watched the Shallow Water game, the thing I noticed about the way that Dawson Jaco throws the football is he's got a strong arm, but he's waiting until they come out of the break before he throws it, meaning he has to get more velocity on the ball, and the mass and the velocity of the ball is too much for the hands of these receivers.
Coach Mathis runs down the sideline to tell Reed Watkins to move up to the 45. That kick might have been tipped. It's going to be hitting at the Falcons' 45, and it settles right there. Prime starting field position for your Brock Eagles.
Well, I really thought when the Eagles had 7 points on the board, they were still going to be getting to something that starts with a 4. I really thought when they had 17 on the board, I really thought they were getting something starts with a 5. And right now, 2 touchdowns from now, they could be exactly there. The offense, the 45-yard line going in, good field position. Maybe not the best they've had so far, but pretty good field position. The Eagles just need to hang on to the ball, run the football, throw the football, use the pass to set up the run, and let's go.
As we look to the McGuire team, Clark Real Estate, fourth quarter scoreboard. 11:42 remains. Brock leads at 34-27. And they start first and 10 from the Falcons' 45. Finney in motion, left or right. Snap back. Inside give. Tutter breaking a tackle. Tutter bounces outside 40. Tutter 30, 25. Turns on the Jets, and he's shoved out of bounds inside the Falcon 15. First down. Redfin pulls Eagle first down, and a big one.
He gets inside the Clear Fork Pharmacy red zone, and since Bilbrey Real Estate, fourth quarter, and here goes the Eagles.
Tempo for the Eagles. Hard count, no movement, 3 wide receivers. Jones, Finney, Brewster. Tutter remains the lone back. Not a lot of people sitting in their seats here on this home side. He'll move Tutter over to his right side. First and 10 from the Falcon 15. Tutter gets it, but he's gobbled up. That's going to be a 3-yard loss all the way back to the 18.
So what happens as a quarterback, when you run a play, you're watching what else is going on. When you get a good snap, you can see what else is going on. When the other team is able to stop your run, what that means is they got less somebody in the backfield, in the defensive back area. Tyler Moody recognized that. He ran quickly over to Coach and gave him a signal of a particular play that they want to run. And let's see if Coach listens to him. My coach never did, but maybe their coach will.
This Brock Eagles offensive line has dominated the second half. Second down, 14 for the Eagles. 4 wide receivers for Moody. Straight drop, looking. Fires, middle, incomplete, intended for Jet Jones, and now the Eagles will have third down 14 from the Falcon 19.
Well, they were kicking into the wind earlier when Brody Baker made those other field goals. This time, they have the wind if they need it. They're not scared to go for it on fourth down. They're up a touchdown and an extra point right now. They might as well go ahead and think about 2 plays here because that defense has been playing lights out right now, and Moody would like to have that pass back again. I've said this 3 or 4 times in this broadcast alone, that the ball has to be thrown over the outstretched hands of the linebackers, and that time it was tipped, I think, Bobby, as it went over the linebackers.
It was. Brock faces a third down 14 now. Tutter the lone back with Moody. To his right, he's going to roll with them right. Moody looking. Finney, incomplete, down at the 5-yard line. Brock was looking for a hole down there. No flags, and now decision time for Coach Mathis from the Falcons 19.
Here comes Mr. Brody Baker, number 9 in your program.
So from the 19, this should be, 36? Mark it at the 19. Moody should set his Blocked down at the 25, so 35 yards upcoming for Mr. Brody Baker. 10:41 remains in this epic regional semifinal. Brock 34.
This to go
Bushland
2 scores
27. Trace Roger will snap it. Tyler Moody will hold it. Good snap, good hold. Brody Baker's kick is up, and it is good. He hit it from 35. Brody Baker rings true. 10:37 remains in this ball game. Now Brock 37, Bushland 27.
Bellstone is a proud sponsor of Brock Eagles and Lady Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, South Lake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bellstone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bellstone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bellstone. Go Eagles!
We are back in a Fathom Inc. broadcast booth. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, Jaden Winfrey with you from Vernon. How about this for some Thanksgiving dessert?
On the State Farm Ryan McDonald stats, the Eagles have scored 27 points in this second half, 24 of them in the third quarter. That's as much as Bushland did in the whole first half. So all of that 27 that they scored is all out the window now, and I can't believe you guys didn't believe me when I said wait till the second half comes around.
Dr. Gleaton Eye Care kickoff time for the lethal Brody Baker. High-hanging kick that will be taken on this near side from the 20. Whistles blow. And I'm not sure we were set for play there. Did he call a fair catch? I didn't see it if he did. DOC Holmes called to the sideline.
It looks like that's what he's saying. He's saying one of the guys called for a fair catch. I don't think it was a guy that caught the ball, but whoever did, he took it.
That's what we said earlier, Jaden. Whenever they ran that long one back, it was a different guy called fair catch, and a different guy caught it. So now I guess the coaches have talked to him, and they decided that's the rules.
So the fair catch called and made at the Falcon 26-yard lines. Dawson Jaco, the junior quarterback, will bring the Falcons offense on the field. 10:35 remains in the Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter. Brock 37, Bushland 27. We'll lean on this defense again. Three wide receivers for Jaco. Baylor King in motion. Give it to Soto. He pounds ahead, and he falls forward for 2 yards up to the 28-yard line. Second down 8.
The Falcons want to get that ball to their receivers. They want to let Jaco do what he does. They're throwing into the wind with the crosswind now.
Second and 8, straight drop. Jaco, here comes Cam Harris from behind. Just misses him. Soto catches it in the far flat, but very quickly on the scene was Carson Finney. A gain up to the 30, and now third down 6.
2 yards on a running play, 2 yards on a bubble screen. And the Eagles, there quickly, they need to get a good stop right here.
Third down and 6 from the Falcon 30. Jaco straight drop. Harris forces him to throw. Pass caught near side. 40 up across the 42. Eagles trying to strip. That is number 34, Beckon Reed. And it's a Falcons first down up to the 42.
Beckon Reed has run that play twice now, and we're just not able to cover him. Too much other eye candy going on. He comes across.
Tempo now for the Falcons. Straight drop. Jaco looking. Far side. Reed again. Pass falls incomplete. Zach Brewster in coverage. And that brings up a Falcons second down 10, stopping the clock with 9:27 remaining.
That's the pass I'm talking about. He just throws it too hard. He waits for the guy to come out of his break, and he needs to get the ball to him before he runs out of bounds. He just throws it too hard. He's got to let that ball go earlier so he can throw a softer, more catchable ball.
Jaco's got 4 wide receivers at his disposal and a straight drop. Trying to set up a far side screen. Blown up. Zach Brewster hits him. Caught by Soto, but a loss back to the 40. Second down 12. It was Zach Brewster with the smash.
Well, if you thought Zach Brewster has been on a hiatus, he's just been waiting for the right time. That time, Jaco gets it out to Soto, and you could see it coming before it even happened. And Brewster put the big hit on him over there.
Lost back to the 40-yard line. Now third down 12 for Jaco and company. 5 wide receivers and an empty backfield. And movement now on this near side by the Falcons offensive line. Back them up 5 more and make it third down 17. DOC Holmes call to the sideline. Different mood from the first half to the second, Jaden.
Yeah, they got them shaking just like I told you guys. You could feel the momentum shifting, and these guys are on their heels now. We're flying around hitting people, and they don't really know what to do.
Now you got to find number 12 here, Eric.
Yeah, you look for number 12, and we thought Jaco was shaken up earlier, but it was just enough to get him a break and come back now.
The Falcons face 3rd down 17 from their own 35. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Harris has a beat on him. They drill Jaco in the backfield. Incomplete. They absolutely leveled him. Cam Harris and Mr. Hunter Fay.
They had Brendan Braden, number 34, again open. He decided to go for the long pass and just completely overthrew him before he took the big hit. And now Jaco is going to go off again, and another punter comes in, which usually means that it's not going to be a fake.
Hunter Fay delivered an absolute shot to Jaco on that, forcing the incompletion. 4th down 17. Watkins stands at his 42. High hanging kick. Watkins from his 42. He takes it straight ahead inside Falcon territory. Spins inside the 45. Great starting field position for your Eagles at the Falcon 43.
And we finally get a sonic drive-in return yardage. It was from the 42. They get it up across the Bluegill Construction 50-yard line to the 43-yard line now going in. So 7 and 8, 15 yards on the sonic drive-in return yardage right there.
8:25 remains in this Bilbrey Real Estate 4th quarter. It has been a great regional semifinal from Vernon today.
Well, how about we get the Eagles to score as many in the Bilbrey Real Estate 4th quarter as they did in the Comfort Kitchen 3rd quarter. And one more touchdown would make it really tough for Bushland to be able to, especially since they haven't done anything since the first half.
Coach Christensen has them huddled on the near sideline. Now they'll break this huddle. 3 wide receivers to the near side. 1 lone back, hard count, straight drop. Give it inside. Bobbin and weaving. This is Watkins. He's going to get a couple down to the Bushland 41. They were looking for the hard count there.
Well, and now's not a bad time to just let the clock run. I mean, let's just run the football, keep it going, make them use their timeouts so they won't have anything left in the tank at the end. And clocking down, it's going to be under 8 minutes left on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard. Your Eagles at the 41-yard line now.
Jet Jones, Carson Finney, Cannon Stevens here to the near side as trips. Watkins the lone back on 2nd down 8. From the Falcons 41, here comes Watkins inside the 40. Stiff arm at the 35 and down to the 34. And it's going to be 3rd down 1 as watch this Brock offensive line now starting to set the tone.
That's a perfect down and distance at this time of the game because you don't want to use any timeouts if you're Bushland, and the Eagles just going to keep letting that clock run down. I'm sure Coach Christensen has told Tyler Moody, let the play clock get down as far as you can, snap it at 3 or 4 seconds. It's right in front of him. He can see it up on the rocks here at Lions Stadium.
They break the huddle with 12 on the clock, 3rd down 1. Pistol formation now with Watkins behind, and whistles blow and a Texas butane timeout for your Eagles. 7:10 remains in this 4th quarter. Brock 37, Bushland 27.
Big Earl with Bilbrey Real Estate at 1130 FM 1189 is the go-to man for your next real estate transaction in Brock or the surrounding North Texas area. Have land or a home to sell? Or are you looking for a place to live in the Brock area? Call Big Earl at 325-203-2972. That's 325-203-2972. Bilbrey Real Estate says go Eagles and Lady Eagles.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. It has been a fantastic regional semifinal here in Vernon. Brock faces 3rd down 1, 7:10 on the Bilbrey Real Estate 4th quarter clock. Mark it at the Falcons 34.
When I talked to some of the parents of the players earlier before the pregame show, one of the things they said is each of them to a person said the playoffs start today, and they are not wrong. The playoffs started today, but the Eagles had to take a couple of gut punches early, and now they've returned fire with a couple of counter punches.
Zach Brewster, Reed Watkins in the backfield with Moody. He claps once, and Brewster moved, and now back them up 5, and it goes from 3rd down about a half a yard to 3rd down 6.
Oh, Brewster probably just go ahead and stay in motion.
Yep.
Once you start in motion, stay in motion. Keep going. But as soon as he stopped, they knew, okay, it's us.
Coach Christensen looked down to that play sheet, now from a 3rd and 1 play call to a 3rd and 6. Mark it at the Bushland 39. Jet Jones, Carson Finney, Brewster. At receiver, Watkins will remain the running back.
And that penalty stopped the clock again.
From the Falcon 39, 3rd down, 6 Eagles. Watkins lines up to Moody's left, and once again, the Eagles have moved early.
They must be simulating the snap count. The only thing I could think of is the Eagles are used to doing, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk to Coach about at some point, is the cadence when you have a clap. If the other team claps, they're trying to emulate the snap count, and the players on offense have got to recognize the shepherd's voice and understand what their snap count, what their signal caller is doing.
It's a 3rd down 11 for the Eagles from the Falcon 44. Jones to the far side. Finney and Brewster to the near side. Back to pass is Moody, a blitz off the left side. Pass caught by Watkins, but white jerseys are all over him. He's able to get down to the Falcon 41, and that sets up 4th down 8.
This is no man's land for punting, really. You don't really gain anything. If you kick it into the end zone, it's coming back out to the 20, so you're only looking at 21 yards advantage. You might as well go ahead and go for it. Or if you're Tyler Moody, as good an athlete as a quarterback is, he could probably put it inside the 10. But do you want to take any chances? Let's try to get that first down right here.
So 6:40 remaining, folks. This is a huge 4th down 8. Single receiver left, 2 wide receivers right. Moody's going to let him set. Now he's going to drop back. Let's see if he just quick kicks it. He does. A line drive kick. Check up a little bit. Ball inside the 10. Down to the 1. Then he tries to save it, but it bounds into the end zone, and it's going to come out to the 25 with 6:20 remaining.
Well, that's probably not what you want to do. And Moody just got that topspin on the ball with the wind. He may have forgotten he was with the wind that time. And the ball comes back out to the 20, so a difference of 11 yards of where they were.
DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Jaden, are you seeing any type of simulation of snap?
No, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the claps or something like that. I think it's more of a brain fart moment. I didn't see any of the guys pointing at them like they were doing anything either.
And Brock went from a 3rd and a half a yard to punting. 1st and 10, Bushland at their own 20. Straight drop. Here comes Harris. Pushed aside. Deep near side. Pass incomplete. No flags. 2nd down 10.
Just not even a good throw by Jaco that time. He sailed his receiver by 10 yards. Somebody was not on the right page. I don't know if it was Adams or Jaco that time.
That sets up the Falcons. A 2nd down 10. Mark it at their own 20-yard line. Jaco will have 4 wide receivers at his disposal. Soto will be the lone back, and he'll line up to the right-hand side of the junior Dawson Jaco. 1 clap, straight drop, whistles, and it looked like the Falcons were early, and they were. Back them up 5, 2nd down and 15. We're at the 6:15 mark of the Bilbrey Real Estate 4th quarter.
I really thought that the Eagles just needed to stave off that first wave. It was a big wave. It was a tidal wave in that first quarter with 20 points scored on the – but it also was culminated with 3 turnovers by the Eagles for the 27 points that were scored. And now the Eagles have sustained that initial momentum and have started their own going this way. The Falcons need to score twice to catch up.
Empty backfield and 5 wide receivers for Jaco. It's a design draw. He's going to tuck it and run it, but here comes the hammer. Cooper Massey lowered the shoulder and drilled him after a 2-yard gain. 3rd down, 13 upcoming.
Well, I can tell you one thing. As a quarterback, you do not like those running plays, especially to take on a hit from somebody, and the hammer gets in there. Cooper Massey, as you heard Coach talking about in the pregame interview, Cooper Massey gets in there making a play.
Soto, the lone setback, straight drop. Here comes the Eagle rush. Jaco, middle, intercepted. It's picked off. Finney's got it. Down to the 20. Cuts back. Right to left inside the 10. Carson Finney seals it at the 10-yard line.
I can tell you there's a lot of hitting going on out there. There's a lot of physicality on both sides of the ball. And when you play deep center field like Finney did, if you remember it was just a week ago, Finney with 3 interceptions playing center field. That time, Coach calls a different defense that allows Finney to stay deep. When Jaco throws the football over his receiver's head, Finney is right there to make the play. But there's a lot of hitting going down there on both sides of the football.
What happens as a quarterback when you're hitting, you're hitting, you're hitting, you're hitting? That ball sails.
Yep, it does.
from the 10-yard line. It is an Eagle first and goal. They're trying to end this thing. 5:39 remains in a Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter. Moody brings them onto the field. He's got 3 wide receivers. Brett Tutter, the lone back. He claps once. Tutter will get it. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. He's brought down. You just want to have ball control here.
Just let the clock run. Make them call the timeouts on the other side. Not only did we have 3rd and 1, but we stopped the clock 3 times with penalties. And you just can't do that when you need that clock to run. And the clock running will be inside 5 minutes after this play starts.
Play clock still sits at 20 as the Brock Eagles get their play call in. Jones, Brewster to the far side, Carson, Finney to the near side. Tutter the lone back. Moody's got him set. Fake the inside give. Middle, Finney, and he's pushed in the back. Incomplete. We get flags all over the place. Pass interference as Finney tried to climb the ladder to wrangle that one in.
Both line judges never even came close to touching their flag until they saw the back judge throw his. Once they saw him throw his, then they said, oh, okay, I guess that's a pretty good idea. I'm going to throw mine.
We got 2 flags down there. DOC Holmes called to the sideline, Jaden.
So we got a pass interference, and then we got a bad ball personal on Carson. He gave him a little butt slap right there after it was with. Those 2 have been jawing the whole game.
So here's how it's going to work. It's going to be half the distance to the goal, which gets to the 5, and then it's going to be 15 yards back to the 20, I bet.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct against Finney on that play. Clock stopped 4:59. As we look to the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard, Brock 37, Bushland 27. Now they're going to mark off the unsportsmanlike penalty against the Eagles.
Sometimes you got to act like you've been there before. You got to keep your composure, stay disciplined, and normally the Eagles do exactly that. They have everything on their side right now. They just have to hold serve and let this clock run out. They can't let it run out with penalties.
Yep, that penalty takes it all the way back to the Falcons' 17-yard line. And most importantly, the clock stopped at 4:59.
I think it's going to be 2nd and goal. No, it's 1st down on the pass interference.
So it's 1st and 10. They're going to reset the sticks. So we'll set it from the Falcons 17, 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers, Brewster in motion left to right. He'll settle in as Tutter will run right behind him inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line. And we finally get some lights on here at the stadium. Gain of 5 for Tutter.
Well, you know, we talked to the guy with the lights earlier. He controls these lights with his phone. He can do them from anywhere. But except for this one over here on the end. So the fact that he just now turned them on, he's talking about how wonderful these lights are. Turn them on, let's see them.
Clock rolling, 2nd and 5. Brewster in motion again. He'll settle. Tutter once again gets behind him. Hang on to the ball. Lots of white jerseys there. Tutter pulling defenders down to the 11. And they throw him down late. No flag.
There it is.
Flag flies. That's going to be a huge personal foul call against the Falcons. And it should be the automatic variety, gentlemen.
Yep, it's going to be half the distance, however.
Hang on a second.
Wait.
I'm not sure he
Which
pointed.
way are you pointing? Oh, I'm sorry.
There it is.
Oh, okay. That's a big difference when he points toward the blue and gold instead of the other side. Good night.
Unsportsmanlike.
It's going to be half the distance, so it's going to be from the 12, should be on the 6. 1st and goal from the 6 now.
4:17 remaining in the Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter. Brock just trying to milk this clock out. They lead at 37-27. Personal foul, the call against the Falcons. Eagles have 1st and goal from the Falcons 6.
It's getting chippy out there on both sides, but the Eagles have got to keep their composure.
Finney will run off to the far side. This is Jones and Brewster to the near side. Jackson Hart here tight right. Watch him here. Finney's got him set. Watkins to his left. Moody wants Jackson Hart in motion. He'll move him right to left. And now the Eagles will have to take a Texas Butane timeout. 3:55 remains in this ball game. Brock 37, Bushland 27.
Brent Goff Financial Services has been serving the financial needs of individuals, families, and business owners for more than 24 years, striving to develop long-term relationships and providing viable strategies for every element of the wealth management equation. Visit Brent Goff Financial Services on 1187 in Aledo and ask him about retirement planning, financial planning, and risk management, or call him at 817-631-0816. Brent Goff Financial Services says, Go Eagles!
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. 3:55 remains in this Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter. Brock 37-27. Eric, there's been Jaden, the DOC Holmes call to the sideline. There's been a few epic regional semifinals for the Eagles. This rates up there with them.
Well, you know, it goes right back to what Billy said at halftime. He said, I can guarantee you this, when we come out, we're going to come out hitting them in the mouth. And boy, did we ever. It's like they got the first half, we got the second half.
Amen. First and goal, Eagles from the Falcons, 6. 2 wide receivers, 1 left. Brewster in motion, right to left. He'll settle on the left side. Here comes Watkins. Cuts back at the 5. Reed Watkins in for the Eagle touchdown. And with 3:50 remaining in this ball game, Reed Watkins might have put it on ice.
Hey, you guys just thought I was kidding when I said we're going to score over 40 points. Now, I said that when it was 7 points and it didn't look good. But the Eagles made me look good. That's what they did. They made me look good, and the Eagles score another 6 yards out. Reed Watkins, another Texas title touchdown.
Dale's Pest Control extra point upcoming for the senior, Brody Baker. Snap back to Moody. He's got it. Brody Baker's kick is up. It is good. 3:50 remains in this ball game. Now Brock 44, Bushland 27.
When you need a new roof on your home or commercial property, give Brock Roofing and Construction a call. This is April Parr, owner of Brock Roofing and proud supporter of your Brock Eagles. We are family-owned, local, and will always put relationships over transactions. Think you have hail damage? We offer free roof inspections and can answer any questions you may have about the insurance process. Find us on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, give us a call at 817-307-6153. Roll Brock.
We're back in a Fathom Inc. broadcast booth. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, Jaden Winfrey with you from Vernon, Texas. What a great regional semifinal this has been. Brock leads it 44-27 over Bushland with 3:50 remaining. This game was 27-7 at one point.
27-7, and the Falcons still have 27 points.
Dr. Gleaton eye care kickoff time for Brody Baker. High hanging pooch kick taken from the Falcon 20-yard line. Working left to right. A lot of Brock Eagles, Dakota Courtney included, has him at the 30-yard line. A late flag. 2 late flags fly now. 3 late flags. And it might have been a late hit. DOC Holmes called to the sideline, Jaden.
Like the guys were going to run off the sideline and some guy just ran in there and cheap shotted one of our guys, nailed him. I mean, it was terrible.
Personal foul against Bushland as Chippy might be light. Like you said, we just got to keep our composure right now. 3:44 remains in this one.
Well, the Bushland faithful talk about the physicality of the Falcons, and yes, they are very physical, but not as physical as the Eagles. And now they've gotten to the point where they're trying to show their physicality with penalties, with personal fouls, and that is not what you want to do, and I'm sure Coach Reynolds is not happy with that.
That penalty takes it all the way back to the Falcons' 15-yard line. Soto lines up, and flags fly, and false start and movement against the Falcons. Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores real quick. Whitesboro has defeated Paradise 42-14, so the winner of this ball game will get Whitesboro next week in a regional final. Grandview defeated Pottsboro 29-7. Glen Rose up on Hershey 24-20, that game in the third quarter. Straight give, Soto finds some room off that far side before he's tripped up just inside the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 5, second down.
I think
9.
that's the 9th year in a row that someone from District 4 has been in the region finals.
Back to pass, Jaco looking right side, skips it in, incomplete. Great coverage on that far side once again by Cale Bramlett, and it brings up third down 9. I want to say something. That offensive line, Trace Roger, Adam Mueller, Hunter Fay, White Albritton, and Brock Riker, they came out in that third quarter and absolutely set the tone.
And Trace Roger may be going back in here in a second.
Back to pass, Jake on 3rd and 9. The Eagles have sacked him all the way back to the 11-yard line.
Is that Hunkapiller?
Riker's there, Massey's there, Hunkapiller's there. And, of course, Cam Harris is there. And that brings up 4th down 14 with 3:15 and counting for the Falcons.
Rain still coming down. The field, now that they turned the lights on, is really shiny out there, but it's 4th down. Jaco cannot punt the ball. He's going to have to try to go for it because it's under 3 minutes left on McGuire Team Clark's Real Estate scoreboard.
Jaco's got him set on 4th and 14. Here comes Cam Harris from behind. Harris hits him, and he drops him. Cam Harris with the exclamation point.
Harris finally gets in there in an appropriate time and takes care of Dawson Jaco, number 10 for the Bushland Falcons. He has a little help from Riker and also Trace Roger. Hunkapiller's been getting in there doing some work too. And the Eagles, the convocation of Eagles gets in there and takes care of it. The Eagles get the ball on the 5-yard line going in, the best field position they've had offensively maybe this year.
2:48 remains.
No penalties.
Bilbrey Real Estate 4th quarter. Brock 44, Bushland 27. As we said, this game was 27-7 at one point before Brock came storming back. Moody's got him set. Inside give, Watkins 5. Watkins stiff arm at the 2. Watkins walks into the end zone for the Eagle touchdown. What a second half for your Brock Eagles.
That is the play we've been looking for, and I think the coach may have just come over to the kickoff coverage team and may have mentioned who else might be going in this next drive.
Dale's Pest Control extra point now for Brody Baker. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. It's good. 2:43 remains here in Vernon. Brock 51. Bushland 27.
Real estate in Texas requires attention to detail. Real estate in Parker County also requires attention to customer needs. At the Cates Group, we specialize in both. Whether it be residential, farming, ranch, or commercial, we provide the detail and service needed to get the best deal for you and to get it closed. Listing your property or finding the best deal in town? Visit us right here in Brock or check us out on our Facebook page. The Cates Group, your Brock real estate brokerage. Go Eagles and Lady Eagles from the Cates Group.
Fuzzy's Taco Shop is your one-stop taco shop for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, hang time, game time. You get the picture. Our Fuzzy's Baja-inspired tacos, nachos, burritos, and fresh salads are perfect for any time of the day. Grab your ticket stub and head into your local Weatherford Fuzzy's today or tomorrow for free chips and queso with a $5 purchase.
Brock Eagles playoff football presented by Brock Roofing and Construction. Brock leads at 51-27. Dr. Gleek Eye Care kickoff time for Brody Baker. High-hanging pooch kick once again gathered in at the Falcon 20. Straight ahead. Cotton Tanner has him, and then Dakota Courtney leveled him at the 36.
Well, we started out inside the Clear Fork Pharmacy red zone at the 5-yard line. And on the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, it was one play, 5 seconds, the quickest touchdown of the day from Reed Watkins, 5 yards out with a Texas title touchdown. We appreciate Plains Capital Bank sponsoring the scoring drive. But I think, guys, now is when you want to try to get some of your other guys in there, especially on offense. We still got our main guys in there on the defensive line, but it put a prevent defense out there.
Soto takes the handoff. And nothing doing. Look at Trace Roger drag him down up at the 40-yard line after 3 yards. Big old 77 still playing hard.
Yep. Riker's in there. Roger, Harris, Hunkapiller on the other side. Kearley still in. Massey.
Second,
ball.
6 balls on the turf. Jaco just grabs it with a knee on the turf. A loss back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
But you see in the back, the defensive backs, Bramlett and Jones are your deep corners, and they're 10 yards off the ball. You got Matlock and Finney are 15 yards off the ball.
Jaco getting a play call in from the sideline. He moves Soto over to his right. 3 wide receivers, 1:45 and counting remaining. Inside give. Baylor King his first carry. Hit across the 40 to the 41. And once again, the hammer, Cooper Massey, brings him down.
I really expect Coach to put some of the other guys in there. Hunter Fay going in right now because the other team is going to try to do stuff at the end of the game. We don't want to see that at all.
It's a Falcon 4th down 4 from their own 41. Jaco will have 4 wide receivers and Soto to his left. Here comes Cam Harris looking. Caught far side. King. Massey brings him down, but not before the Falcons get a first down up to their own 48-yard line, temporarily stopping the clock.
Well, I'm sure the Whitesboro fans are now joining us. They saw the score 27-7 early.
Soto inside give. Bounces off a tackle, and then he is absolutely cleaned up.
Is that Hunkapiller out there again?
With a pop.
We see you out there, 57.
Down to the Eagle 46-yard line, clock rolling, 47 seconds. What a second half by your Brock Eagles, far side incomplete. I would love to have a tape of that halftime speech.
Oh, I get. One day, when we're out at the lake a couple hours, I'll tell you exactly what they said at the halftime speech. But here comes Roger off the field, and Jones comes in, defensive tackle.
Race Roger runs off, inside gives Soto on 3rd and 5, nothing doing.
Jones wanted to get his name called out there, a 58 on the stop. But I'm sure at 27-7, the Whitesboro fans are saying, okay, looks like we're playing Bushland. Man, those Falcons must be pretty good. They only lose to Shallow Water, and they take care of the Eagles 27-7 early, but they haven't done anything in this second half because of that defense. What a halftime speech. We talked about it last year, if you remember, the halftime speeches that Coach gave and how they came out and responded to what the coach said. Here they are again, and the Eagles have responded in this second half, and the clock is counting down. The postgame show right after this.
Falcons will take this one down, and Cole, it's all zeros on the scoreboard. Brock has won this epic regional semifinal comeback, 51-27.
Well, as the
For
coaches
over 33 years, Lightfoot Mechanical has been providing prompt, professional, and friendly service to their customers throughout North Texas. Lightfoot Mechanical is the area's premier choice for air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical services. Backed by their exclusive lifetime workmanship warranty and their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call Lightfoot Mechanical today, 817-596-0309, or stop by 1026 Fort Worth Highway, or visit them online at lightfootmechanical.com.
Greetings to all you fans of the Brock Eagles. This is Mr. Jim from MrJims.Pizza. Nothing goes together better than Eagles football and Mr. Jims.Pizza. Go to MrJims.Pizza. That's MrJims.Pizza. And order now. Use the code EAGLES and get 15% off your entire order. Go Eagles!
Vernon, Texas has been the site of this regional semifinal. It is Brock 51-27, the final over the Bushland Falcons. In a moment, the Daily Grind players the game and Jaden's interview with what should be an ecstatic Coach Mathis.
You know what? One of the things I talked to the coach about last year before we started doing the show with him when he came on, I said, Coach, what's your thoughts on us interviewing you as you go into halftime or come out of halftime? I said, if you're up, you want us to talk to you. If you're down, what if you're down 75? What if you're up 75? And he said, I am going to do it no matter what. And he did. The game last year against Lorena, he was right there, ready to talk. This game right here, he's down 20-7. You know who didn't give up on the Eagles is the Eagles. We talked about in the pregame show that Bushland had something that they were playing for, and the Eagles needed to find what they were playing for. And I'm sure part of that speech in the halftime in the locker room was look to the man to your right, look to the man to your left. We are the team. Play like you're champions. Play like you're the state champions. If you don't play like it, then you're not going to be there. We're down 27-10 at the time against these Bushland Falcons, we know that we're better than them. We know our talent is better than them. We're faster than them. We're more physical than them. But we just have to quit getting the turnovers, and we can't have any more penalties like we did in the first half. We didn't have any penalties, but continue doing that. And the Eagles came out and scored 27 points early, and then from the 10 points they had, they scored 41 more points. And the Eagles did what we knew they could do, and now both teams are out there in the middle of the field, and they are all appreciative of one another on this Thanksgiving week, appreciating being able to play football at this time of year.
And Jaden, it looks like it was just in time. The rain's picking up down there.
Yes, sir. It's now we're turning in a pretty hard rain compared to what we've seen the whole game. It did just right. I'll take this when I'm fixing to go get the truck.
All right, so you got our people.
Our daily grind players of the game tonight. A dominant performance, offensive and defensive lines. Hunter Fay, Brock Riker, Trace Roger, and then a huge night on special teams for Brody Baker. Field goals of 31, 34, and 35.
Well, not only is Trace Roger the offensive and defensive captain out there, he also does the snaps for punts and extra points, and those extra points were big. Those field goals at the time were huge, and he was able to do it with a cast on his other hand.
Yep. And we'll see. The rain's coming down pretty hard, Jaden. We'll see how many we can get before Coach Mathis takes them in as we get set for the school songs. It was a great ball game here in Vernon tonight. Again, your Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores, the big one, Whitesboro 42, Paradise 14. So that sets up.
That looks like trouble.
The rematch. There you go. So again, just like last year, we have two teams from District 4 in the region finals, which means we will have one team from District 4 in the state semifinals.
Again.
And it's I think it's only been 1 year really out of the last 7 or 8 that we haven't had, the Jim Ned year and then 16. Those 2 years we didn't have somebody in at least the semifinals.
As the rain starts to pour down now here in Vernon, school songs play. Again, our daily grind players of the game. Hunter Fay, Brock Riker, Trace Roger, and then on special teams, Brody Baker. He hit from 35, 34, and 31 and was a huge part of that comeback. Jaden, what did you like out of that second half? There was a lot to like, but pinpoint what we take into next week with an epic showdown.
Our offensive line took the game over the second half and put it away. Yep. That's the best thing I say. Our offensive line got control of those guys up front, and we established the run, and it opened everything else up for us.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why they're daily grind players of the game. Those guys, and like we said, Trace Roger also flips over in this deep snapper on those 3 key field goals from Brody Baker.
The Eagles were behind in total yards in the first half, but end up with more yards. They had 249 yards in the first half. They had negative, let's see, hold on. Where is it at? I know I had it here somewhere. 330. So they only got 80 yards in the second half, and that's because of that defensive line stopping the run. They wanted to throw the ball. Our defensive backs got out there. Big play by Carson Finney again to get that interception. Cale Bramlett knocking that ball away a couple of times. But the defensive line and the ends putting pressure on Dawson Jaco, and that was the difference, like Jaden said. And also the offensive line opening up those holes for Tutter and for Watkins there, especially toward the end.
You know, as a quarterback, your mentality changes when you get hit, and you get hit, and you get hit.
Yeah, we don't like it.
Brock accepting their gold ball out there at the 30-yard line. Everyone that was at the stadium, safe travels back on wet roads back to Brock. As now they're going to break. Let's see if Jaden can wrangle them in before they head to the house. Thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors for being with us in this regional semifinal.
All right, for the Christmas service muffler, what needs to be fixed? They fixed all the stuff we talked about in the first half. They fixed it in the second half. No turnovers for the offense, and the defense played lights out. And
Jaden, I found a jacket that you have to have on the sideline moving forward. It's about the 40-yard line. The gold sprinkle jacket.
Find me on the sideline with that one.
And we appreciate the Bratton Family and Sports Medicine for being our sponsor. The injury report, we hope we don't have anything to report injury-wise. We got the actives and inactives, and right now we haven't heard anything, but there was a couple of guys that were banged up. That always happens. The third round of the playoffs. That's just called football.
I need you, buddy.
The people that you see in the ice bath, the people you see getting the ultrasound, the people you see getting treatment, that's just normal week-to-week football. But here you are in the third round of the playoffs, and the Eagles have an opportunity to move again to the region finals.
Jaden, we're ready when you are.
All right, I'm waiting on Eric over there. So, all right, I got Brody Baker here with me. Brody, man, you got put in a tough spot today, man. It's cold. Feel like a rock out there, and he's had to step up today and make some points for the team.
Yes, sir. Just like in practice, do it over and over again. Just got to line up and trust my holder and snapper. Couldn't do it without them, and just trust the ball and follow through.
So how's the confidence level? You make one, is the confidence pretty through the then? You feel good about it?
Yeah, I would say so. The first kick, I knew I was going to make it, and then later on, I wanted to keep the streak going on. And the last kick, I was kind of nervous last kick.
Well, you kind of knew, I guess, going to the playoffs that your number would be called, and today was your day, right?
Yes, sir. I'm super thrilled.
Okay. Congratulations, buddy. We'll see you next week. Thanks, man.
That's Brody Baker, one of our Daily Grind players of the game. He hit from 35, 34, and 31 tonight.
Oh, we're good. They'll get to us. They just can't see anything because of the umbrellas. I got spotters today, guys. I got them lined up. I'm doing good. All right, I got Trace Roger here with me. All right, Trace. So first half, we kind of know what that was. It looked like, up front, offensively, defensively, we were having some struggles. I know that defensive line was sliding around on you, moving different spots. I can't imagine what the halftime speech listened to, but what were the adjustments to get you guys to be successful second half?
Come out, definitely play harder. We didn't play our hardest half of football. The defensive front was nothing we haven't seen before, so it was just all about playing hard and coming out and bringing it to them more.
It just seemed like second half, y'all physically dominated them on the offensive line. Y'all got the run game established. Once it established, everything kind of went from there.
Yeah, definitely 41 unanswered points. There ain't much else you can say about that. I mean, we had two sophomores on the starting line. I couldn't be more proud of Adam and Ethan Brooks. As much as I harp on those guys, they're always there. They're good.
So how was halftime speech?
You'd be surprised. Actually, it wasn't that bad, I guess. We weren't yelled at a lot. I mean, it was just, hey, we're better than this. Come on, we got this. Come on.
Okay, well, that's good. Mathis, he's like on halftime speeches,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah, he is.
So what we know what's coming. Whitesburg's sitting there waiting. They won big today, which everybody kind of thought they could do that. So you know what Whitesburg thinks. We won that game. We shouldn't have lost that game. They won another round of y'all. But in your mind, we've got something to prove too?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to say it, but I feel like we should have definitely played better in that first game. Kind of let them hang in there. I mean, we should definitely come out. I'd love to be their second loss.
Okay, congratulations, man. Very much.
That was Trace Roger. What a great performance from him tonight.
All right, I've got Brody Rocker located, and I have no idea where Hunter Fay could be.
Let's see.
But I got spotters out in the
Fay's
crowd.
at the 7-yard line on
Wow.
this side at the 7, taking pictures. I don't have Riker.
Rocker, I've got him. He's
Okay.
got a whole crowd of family. That's a big family.
So it will be Brock and Whitesboro in the regional final next week.
Covered because the weather is going to be not good, and I don't want to be out in the rain and the cold and the sleet and the snow.
All right, let me get Angle Brock up real quick.
Okay.
Brock. Oh, he's still taking pictures. All right, where in the world did Hunter go? Sorry, guys.
Where's Mathis? Mathis has got to be right there. Where's all these umbrellas? I can't see
It's
anybody.
called umbrellas.
Fay's at the 7, making his way
Oh, there he
inside.
is. I think he's looking for me.
And Mathis is
Hunter.
on the goal line.
Hunter. Come here. I got him found. All right, guys, I got Hunter here with me. So, Hunter, how did it feel to be back, buddy?
It felt great. I was just excited to get back out with the guys, and I just can't thank God for getting me out and for the guys to come through on round 2, round 1, everything like that. So, it's just God's plan, so we're going to make that journey, so we're ready to go.
So what happened? First half, we know where we're down. We rattle off 41 unanswered second half. Defensively, y'all look like a different team. Was there adjustments made? What changed second half?
Just our coaches being, just great great leaders, great men. So, speaking into our minds and stuff, it's just great having coaches like that who can, get in that mind and fix stuff. And, and then it worked out, so can't ask for anything else.
Do you think that the quarterback's going to be sore tomorrow? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But, yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, so we know we have Whitesboro waiting on us. What does this Whitesboro game mean to you? Obviously, like I was talking to Trace about it, those guys feel like they won that game. They feel like that was their game. We were up 12 points at half. We come out second half, we were flat. What does this game mean to you guys going into it?
Well, if you beat a team 3 times in a row, it's really hard to say that, they beat themselves. So, we're going to do our thing. So, it is what it is. We're going to come out swinging.
So y'all got something to prove, right?
Yes, sir, for sure.
All right, well, congratulations. Thanks for your time, buddy.
Yes,
welcome back.
Yes, sir.
That was Hunter Fay, another daily grind player of the game for the Eagles. And we'll see if Brock Riker's available.
I got him found over here. Brock. Did you get all your pictures taken?
Not yet.
You still got more to take?
Yeah, I got your lineman picture.
All right, Brock, so talk to me about, first half, offensive, defensive line, it looked like we had some struggles up front up there. Second half, we come out on the offensive line, I'm sure, and we take the game over and dominate up front. What changes you make second half to where that happens?
We just got together and we were just like, we have to win these one-on-one battles. We made some adjustments with our calls on the O-line and the secondary, running the routes and stuff like that. We all did a crap ton better on the second half. We just came together and just performed the way we should have the first half.
At halftime, what was the confidence level coming in second half? Y'all were going to come take this game over.
Confident, we just knew that we were just going to come out in the second half and absolutely dominate, and that's exactly what we did. We just had that feeling. We all got together and we were just like, that's it. This is it. We get one chance. So we just came together and we just kicked some butt, that's for sure.
Mathis told me when I grabbed him at halftime, he said, there's one promise I can make to you. When we come out in the second half, we're going to hit them in the mouth. Was that kind of the message, I guess, going in?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got together in the locker room. We got together. We made some adjustments, and we were all pumped up. We were all emotional, but we all turned that into energy and aggression into our offense and defensive runs.
Okay, so Whitesboro's waiting on you. You know the way they feel about it.
Oh, yes,
they want some more, but do you guys have something to prove in this game?
Oh, yes, sir, we do. It's just going to be a fun time. Go kicking up on Whitesboro. It's going to be second year in a row. It's just going to be a good time. Just it's not going to be an easy game from here on out for sure. This game wasn't, but we got a week to go plan for them, and it's just going to be a fun week, that's for sure.
Congratulations on the comeback win, Brock.
Yes, sir.
Good job, buddy.
That was our daily grind players of the game. Brock Riker, Hunter Fay.
Golly, he hunted me down this time.
I've been looking for you.
You've been looking for me. Well, I'd have to say what you said at halftime ended up being the truth. You said we were going to come back and hit them in the mouth, so I guess that's what we did.
Man, that first half, we were a block or a two away, just a few blown aside from the first half looking like the second half. And I just, a lot of credit to Bushland, man. They're a good football team. Their old head coach, died this week, and, they had a lot of emotion and stuff playing, and they do a great job of doing what they do. They're tough to stop. They're hard to move the ball on, but I knew it was going to be a 4-quarter battle, and just proud of the boys. We came out the second half. We're always preaching one play at a time, 1 inch at a time, 1 yard at a time. And, 1 half does not equal a football game. It's the same thing I tell them when we're up at half. You got to come out and you got to dig the second half at 0-0. What's going to happen? We scored 41 unanswered points in the second half, and it was enough to get it done. Hey, I'm just proud of the boys, proud of their fight, proud of them believing in each other, proud of them believing in staying with the process, staying with the plan, not panicking. We don't turn the ball over the second half. Great happen. We make them turn the ball over. great things happen. So it's funny how that all works together, right? It's kind of like I say, right? It's football. Tackle the dude with the football, go score when you're on offense. It makes life easier, right? So we did that second half, and, man, we get to play another. Very grateful and very opportunity.
It really seemed like half on the offensive line up front. You know, for the first half, they were moving around, shifting. Second half, we come up and we take the game over, and it just seemed like that opened everything up going forward.
You know, I give, Coach Merritt and Coach Brewster and Coach Christian a lot of credit, for what they did at halftime, the adjustments that they made, of what Bushland was doing different that we hadn't seen. They came out, we made just a couple adjustments, got our O-line, eyes where they needed to be, and, man, all of a sudden it's, one play after another, we're going, score. We make some good catches, make some, some good throws, got a little bit of time. It's amazing when Moody's got a little bit of time and he can put it on the money, So just proud of them for that, and proud of the community. Man, how awesome is this? Play another week. I heard Whitesboro won.
Yeah, 42 to 14, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, 42.
I figured, with Paradise's quarterback being out, he got hurt his ankle pretty bad at the very end of that last game against Shallow-Water. I don't know how much he played or if he played at all. I figured, Whitesboro would go and win the game. So, he and I have been talking already, so it may be somewhere, next Thursday, somewhere in Denton at Collins Stadium or possibly Northwest ISD. So, it'll be one of those games. But I think it's going to be next Thursday. Okay. So, but I'll have all that set in stone tomorrow and get everybody else taken care of. But we're going to enjoy this win. It's a hard-fought battle. Go on to round 4, man.
Well, Whitesboro, those guys, they came in our house. They feel like we saw the sprint of the coach across the field at the refs. I mean, in their mind, they won that game and they left something on the table. In my mind, when I look at it, I feel like we should have won by at least 2 touchdowns. I mean, how do we get these guys ready? How do you get them ready going into a game like that?
Where we are right now, mentally and physically, we're probably as healthy as we've ever been, right? And we're hitting on more cylinders than we were then, right? And they're a good football team, and everybody's seen that. That quarterback's a stud. Their defense is good. It's going to be, I hope we go get some turnovers early. We're going to have to win the turnover battle. But, we're going to go out and practice. We'll go out and get them ready, and that's one good thing about our guys. They remember that game. Our guys got a lot of pride, and they want to go out and they want to make sure they leave no doubt, who wins the game, That's what they want to do. So we're going to get them ready.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Coach. Our Daily Grind players of the game and Coach Mathis. Eric, a tale of two halves.
It was, and I just felt like I've seen this scenario before when one team has a talent, physicality, and player advantage. Sometimes it takes them just a little bit to get going with a team that has an emotional common objective that they're playing for. And when we heard, as soon as I heard about Coach Thomas passing away, a coach that they had, as soon as I knew that they were doing the pause, the moment of silence before the national anthem, I knew that was something that was going on in their minds all across that whole side. And Coach Mathis even talked about it, about the coach passing away, a former coach that they had. That's very emotional that comes to the players, and they want to do something about it. It's all emotional in that first half, and they use that emotion to come out and score a lot of points and do a lot of things. But at a point, the Eagles' talent, physicality, and the personnel just took over. That offensive and defensive line just took over. Some good play calling by Coach Christian that took over. Some good adjustments by Coach Brewster and the other guys on the offensive and defensive line took over, and the Eagles showed why they're going to the region finals for the second year in a row.
Jaden, your final thoughts leaving Vernon tonight?
It's pretty unbelievable, guys. I mean, 27-10 at half and rattle off 41 unanswered. I mean, from the sidelines, we felt a little off. We felt flat, and me and Taylor were talking about it. It felt a lot like that Wimberley game where we had the turnovers first half. We weren't playing good. We weren't hitting on all cylinders, and we come out the second half, just firing off. Billy's ability to get these guys brought back up to the level they need to be and go out there and play it's impressive. I mean, not all coaches have the ability to get their guys motivated to go do what we did. And he said, we're going to come out and hit them in the mouth. And that's exactly what we did, rattle off 41 unanswered. And now we got Whitesboro there. And I undoubtedly feel like these guys got something to prove just as much as Whitesboro does. They want to prove that they're not a half a inch away from losing that game, that they're a 2-touchdown better team.
Eric, Brock, Whitesboro for the second straight year.
I'm ready. You know, I missed the last game. Of all the games I missed, somehow I always missed the Whitesboro game. But I remember the one from last year. You know, we beat them pretty good when we played them in the season, and then we got to the, if you remember, we got to the Globe Life Park, and Cutter, I think he got hurt that game or something. And that was really one of the first times we saw touchdown Brett Tutter come out there and do some stuff. Now we got Brett Tutter and Reed Watkins ready to go out there. So I'm looking forward to seeing how good the Eagles can do with the platoon running backs of Tutter and Watkins. And now Moody's throwing the ball really well. If we get to play in a closed environment, stadium, or wherever it sounds like what Coach was saying is going to be outdoors, well, that works for us and against us, depending on how you look at it. But the Eagles look forward to the Whitesboro game. Whitesboro think they won that game. Brock did win that game, and Brock thinks they won that game. So Brock's going to have to show it wasn't a fluke. It's hard to beat the same team twice, but it may just have to happen next Thursday.
Well, folks, let's head to a regional final match. It's Brock and Whitesboro, your final from Vernon in a great regional semifinal. Brock wins it 51-27. For Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, and Jaden Winfrey, Bobby Gordon saying so long tonight from Vernon.